I'm witty. Hi. What?
I'm pretty. Kevin's shitty.
And witty?
And Ed's top of the head.
What's up, people?
Right, I need to pay
That's
attention
not
to
witty.
that. What the hell? Oh, you know
What
what?
the hell was that?
Hold on a second.
Are we on yet? How about now?
No, not
Are we
yet.
there yet?
Oh my god.
Are we there yet?
No, I was too busy
Are we there
talking
yet?
to you. What?
Huh?
What?
How
What?
about now?
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about tan lines?
Hmm.
Around the anus? You're welcome. I feel like I'm alone here.
I'm glad they invented anal bleaching because some assholes just need to lighten the fuck up.
Tavern. By going to patreon.com/talk of the tavern, you can do exactly that.
Yeah,
For
it
just
is.
pennies a day.
That's an asshole joke, that is.
Nice. It's a nice.
I was going to try and cram an anal sex joke in there, but fuck it.
Oh.
I still gotta pee. We should check and see if anybody's actually watching on Twitch.
I'm the only one there.
Hey, what's the difference?
I'm
What's the difference between jam and marmalade?
Only you can shower.
What?
I've never tried to marmalade my cock into a woman.
Well, you should try. That's not...
Man, I could see all kinds of problems. Like marmalade is a lubricant. I mean, it's just too sticky. I mean, are you talking clear marmalade or the stuff with the bits of orange peel in?
It's,
I mean,
it's chunky. Yeah.
Chunky, the chunky one. Intriguing.
like a monkey. Okay, we got 40 seconds and we'll be bringing everybody else on. The disclaimer went a little long, apparently.
Yeah, it did.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
Honestly, my disclaimer is enormous.
And that is 6 inches.
And the disclaimer in his case is reasons you don't want to be around him.
Reasons you just steer clear of a man bred from a gene pool on an island.
Well, at least you have in-ground pools. Ours are all above ground. Okay, what? Oh, we're supposed to... Welcome to Monday, July 31st episode of Talk of the Tavern. And it's a mouthful today. It's juggling, fire eating, and other dangerous, self-destructive hobbies and careers. We have brought in... Oh, we're broadcasting from the beautiful Retro Daddy-O in Williamsburg, Virginia, where you can get all your old and new nerdy needs. And speaking of old and new nerdy needs, our special guest today is Greg Chapman of The Last Airship.
Evening all.
Why don't you tell them what your vices are tonight? What are you eating, smoking?
No, I'm just on a little bit of the old Jack Daniels tonight. It's don't worry, it's not the common rubbish. I know you've already complained about that, Travis, to me.
I have
It is the
absolutely
Jack Daniels Single Barrel Select. Going a bit upmarket tonight. I wasn't going to have a drink tonight, and then I got peer pressured into it. You know.
Yeah, we looked at the camera when he
You
said,
weak
"I'm on
bastard."
a diet," and we looked at him and he went, "Oh, collapse like a flan in a cupboard." Let's see, who do we have next? We have the lovely eater of the hot, Andrea.
What?
What?
Yeah, I am. I don't eat fire. I just like to play with it.
Right, no, I was talking about me when I said eater
Come
of
on
the
over
hot.
here and play with some fire, baby.
Yeah, I will.
Everybody flirts at once.
No alcohol as of right now, just sweet tea. So
It's like a flirt bang.
no vaping. No peer pressure right now, guys.
Oh, who do we have next? We have the he never been in a hot spot in his life, Ed Summers.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah, yes.
You are the hot spot, Ed.
What's up, everybody? I'm drinking Bold Rock hard cider, my usual, and munching down on a Scottish egg.
Nut. Where'd you get that?
Ate it myself.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You made a Scottish egg.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing because literally, I don't know if you guys saw me picking at something just before we came on air when I was on camera. I've just eaten a Scotch egg as well.
Oh, cool.
Did you make it yourself too, Kevin?
No, I bought mine from a shop. I'm a lazy bastard. I cook for a living. Fuck making shit at home.
Oh, so you didn't lay the egg. Okay. Never mind.
I had a lazy Scottish egg, which sounds like a euphemism.
What do you coat yours in, Ed?
I don't use any breadcrumbs, just straight sausage.
I love
So it has to be straight, huh?
Ed style.
Yay.
I feel like taking off my pants now. Holding up a tablet or something. Anyhow. See, Ed, that's what you could do. If you don't have leaves that big in your yard, you can get a tablet with a picture of a leaf on it and just walk around with that in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be okay.
Leave
Right?
a
Like the
billboard.
guy in, yeah,
Like who?
the
The picture?
tablet picture that I sent out
Well,
earlier.
I'm not saying you have to lay down. I'm saying you can walk around. Oh, that's what's binging and bonging. Oh, and then we, of course, have the Scottish egg eater, Kevin.
Good evening, everyone. This evening, I'm starting off the evening with a Peroni Nastro Zero,
Oh, what?
or 4. It's an Italian beer. Very pale, very light, very crisp. It's not particularly strong percentage.
Sounds like my relatives.
Well, 5.1. So I'll be starting off with a few of those, and although I was unable to obtain some fava beans, I'll be following up later this evening with a nice Chianti.
Oh, there's a show about that.
And of course, I'm the host, Travis Sivart. And so what went on for everybody this past 7 days? Anything interesting?
It was a deer.
A doe?
Probably a female deer.
A doe.
I had a really crap start to the
I think
week.
she got hit by a car. I saw it on the way when I headed to work. It was in the yard.
Oh.
Very sad.
It had road rash and bad case of nerves. So why do you have a crap week at work?
Well, my week was crap because it started because I missed last week's show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really
see?
sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah,
said you were
sorry to
sick.
everyone.
You're probably
I
just
was. I've
laying in bed
I've
watching
always been
cartoons.
sick.
Huh.
I've always been sick, but this time I was also ill.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm sorry that I missed last week's show. You guys have fun?
Yeah, we got naked.
I was going to say, I'm hoping there was some nakedness. It's like a bonus Twitch feature.
It was like a boner Twitch feature.
Awesome.
Oh, I know what happened this week.
What happened?
What happened this week?
Speaking of boners and twitchers, we're on iHeartRadio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk of the Tavern is now
Yeah,
on
let's talk about that.
iHeartRadio.
And we're very chuffed.
Don't sound so excited.
And he said, for the Americans out there, he said chuffed, not chafed.
Well, yeah, both, but more chuffed than chafed.
So you're saying this is rubbing you the wrong way?
Oh.
You've always rubbed me the wrong way, Travis. That's why I like you.
Against the fur. Against the fur. Not
Wow.
with it. Red Rocket.
Yum. Oh, wrong one.
Ed, did you have anything interesting happen this week, sir?
Wife worked my ass off. We rebuilt our bed this weekend because it's like collapsed on us 3 times.
Oh, good for you,
So,
man. Way to
Doing
go.
it so far.
So
Doing it
she did this headboard attached to the wall, the bed's attached to the headboard. So now either when there's some serious thrusting going on, the bed will either stay in place or we'll just rip the fucking wall off, one or the other.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you will.
Let's see here. Yes, we do interact with chat. I'm sorry, guys. We were just doing the intro to the show. We have Thazeful, Pitbird, and Hawk. Wow, it's kind of like a whole aviary thing going on in the chat part of there. Let's see. Thazeful, yo, it looks like the Noir wants to smash the fatty in the back.
What?
I'm not sure. I think it's code. Quick, get the classified. 7 down, 3 columns over. See what it says. Pitbird, mate, you tried getting a Harry Potter lightning. Okay. And then which corner? did you find find the chicks at? There we go. Okay.
Whatever.
I particularly enjoy the spelling of witch there. I mean, and what we've got is some grammar experts on the chat here throwing it.
Yes, indeed. You know, and I debate on these things because, you know, we all have our moments where. But anyhow, so Ed, so you broke your bed, you fixed your bed.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good week. So
I think you're solid now, man.
nice. So did you get all
I'm
new
sure
hardware?
you'll be testing it later.
All new hardware, tested it out, held together great.
Have you reattached the handcuffs?
I haven't got the handcuffs reattached yet, but we did get the hold bars attached to the wall. You know,
Eye bolts underneath for the ropes.
Eye bolts underneath.
Yeah. See, that's why you don't need handcuffs, because you put eye bolts underneath. So, yeah.
Oh, you see, I'm young. I've got so much to learn from you, Travis.
You need to show some restraint.
That's very good, Kevin. There you go. That works out well. Oh, let's see. I had news, but Andrea already said it, so we're on iHeartRadio now. It's okay. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Mention
Just
it again,
hide it.
because we're all really pleased with that.
I forgot what I said. What is it?
The bottom left guy, that's you, Kevin, looks like Nicolas Cage, according to Hawk.
Look like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, well, don't worry. By the way, Kevin will be acting in a production that Greg, who's in the bottom right, Greg Chapman there, will be putting on called The Last Airship. So
this is by no means actually happening, Travis, right? 5 minutes before we came on air, you turned around to Greg and went, "Hey, it'd be really good if you cast Kevin as a villain." And now you're already announcing it in public, like it's a done deal. You've basically hijacked Greg's entire enterprise before you've even given the poor bloke a chance to explain to the public what it is.
I've already spoken to him about like me just throwing people at him and seeing what sticks to the wall. So yeah.
Please don't throw me at Greg. I've met him. He's a lovely guy, but he's a bit smaller than me. I don't want to crush the guy.
Is it me or does the bat over Greg's shoulder there look like a huge mustache on the wall? Can you put some Google eyes above that? The other way. The other side. Above the door.
Oh, that one. There's so much stuff in this flat I didn't know was here. This is what worries me. I sit in here every day. Suddenly people are saying to me, "What's that on the wall behind you?" I didn't know there was stuff on the wall. You know, I'm the man in this house. I didn't decorate anything.
But it's dragons.
It's probably best to just stick with that. So Thazeful just followed us on Twitch, and it sent me an email, and it has his profile picture, which, man, that's a fucking amusing profile picture. I can't even describe it. just go check out his profile. Have a good time with that.
You should post it in the event page. Let everyone go and have a look.
That I could do. Let's see here. No, let's not do that. Thazeful wants to be looked at, Thazeful.
It was just nostalgia on my part. I missed the days where we used to stalk people on Facebook.
You know, that's cool when it's a 50-year-old woman saying we should do it. It's not cool when it's a bunch of middle-aged white guys. Ed has never said to go stalk somebody, and neither has Andrea. So, you know, just pointing out. Yeah. Probably best.
I am not a middle-aged white guy, thank you.
I am totally not ready to be a middle-aged white guy yet. I mean, I'm still...
Did you hear the disclaimer that if you're offended, you came to the wrong place? That goes for us too.
I'm going to live till I'm 120, just to spite my grandchildren of their inheritance.
I believe the Queen is currently trying to do the same thing, actually.
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
And then you could point out people that you didn't go through middle age at 40 to 50. You went through it from 60 to 70.
The question you've got to ask yourself, Greg, as a Brit, is given that Charles will never get the throne because he's likely to die before Elizabeth does at this rate, will she hang on long enough to see the throne go to her legitimate son or the one that's not actually related to her by blood?
Ooh, now.
For anyone who understands anything about
waters here, haven't we? Whoa! I was told no politics on this show.
Okay.
That may have been Travis trying to stop me going on about Trump.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't give a damn.
You should give a damn if you've ever heard Travis Trump.
It was the seasoning on the pork last night. Sorry about that.
Oh.
So
Hey,
anyhow,
we haven't done toast. We need a toast.
we do. We need a toast.
Here.
You ready? Do I have anything?
We were born ready.
Okay. Hold on, I'm looking for something to clink. Okay. So yeah, I know.
Trade secrets and all that.
Here's to doing what makes you happy.
Yeah, I'll drink to that anytime.
Here.
I saw that in some show I watched recently. I'm like, that's a good toast. I should save that for Monday. So I did, and here we are. Wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here we go.
Is it in A minor?
I have never put anything of mine in A minor.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Or an underage person. Wrong cavern. So, Greg, before we go into a song, do you want to tell us a little bit about the last airship that Kevin will be starring in as a villain with the Hitler mustache?
So yeah, the last airship is it stars Kevin obviously as Hitler, which I've written the script. I didn't notice this in the script, but I have been informed tonight that the whole synopsis has changed. It's a steampunk web series. It'll be coming out later on this year. It's all about the crew of an airship desperately trying to keep the idea of air travel alive in an age where basically it's set in a Victorian universe where the age of airships has come and gone. Steamships are all the rage, and just this one group of people trying to keep the dream of flight alive. And it's just going to be the silliest comedy web series, and it is progressing very much along the lines of every 5 minutes somebody else says something else silly to me, and so I find a way to fit it into the script. And the idea is, it is just steampunk is about fun, it's about having a laugh, it's about gadgetry, it's about being a bit silly, and that's kind of what we're going for.
So when I do my part for you, once I'll record it exactly as you wrote it. Then I'll record it again with me saying stupid shit all the way through it and ad-libbing.
I think that's pretty much how it's going to go. I mean, I've got big segments for me because I'm a physical comedian by training, and I've got huge segments where I've just got written in the script, 2 minutes, Greg hangs off rope. And I'm like, yeah, I'll figure out when we get to filming how that's going to be a funny 2-minute sequence. That
Maybe because you're like just in the kitchen. Maybe my sense of humor works differently. Anybody else have anything else go on this week? What did I do this weekend? Oh, I went to a fishing tournament. For the newspaper I work for, I had to go report on a junior angler fishing tournament. And it actually got canceled due to high winds and rain, but they rescheduled the next day, and kids won shit.
I don't get how the rain affects the fish.
Well, they don't like to get wet. They have a little fish umbrellas. It's hard to get them on the hook while they're holding that umbrella. Yeah.
I imagine it's quite hard to take good photographs of people winning a fishing competition in a downpour as well.
Maybe. There was nobody
Yeah.
there, so I wouldn't know. Instead, I walked out onto the dock and took pictures of the jetty with the water splashing up. Like, I just want to Photoshop myself dressed as Little Mermaid up on that rock with the water behind me.
Oh, that can happen.
Dear God. By the end of tonight's show would be amazing.
If we can have
If anyone
it in a
else is
banner for
lis-
next
if anyone
week's
else
show,
is
that'd be
li-
great.
If anyone else is listening tonight who's got Photoshop, you've got 2 hours and 40 minutes before the end of tonight's show. You want to see Travis photoshopped as the Little Mermaid? Go.
Yes.
I just got an email, and it says, surprise! This is from Wawa, by the way. For those of you who don't live in the Northeast, Wawa is a gas station, which is freaking incredible. But anyhow, it's from Wawa, and it says, surprise! Get your bonus reward for a free shorty, Travis. That's what they call their smaller sandwiches, their subs, their hoagies.
I got one too.
Oh, I was going to ask
I
what
got a
you look
sandwich
like.
too.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Short chicks for the win.
Free shorties. I need to move to America.
Kevin,
Sorry,
around
by
here,
the
we're
way,
all
if my
shorties.
wife at any if my wife at any point ever listens to the episode, I'm just joking, baby. Love you.
Good thing we didn't have that other conversation before we went on air now, because then you'd be in real trouble.
And we'd lose half our listeners.
Or attract double our listeners, but not the kind we want. So before we go into a song, Greg, did you finish about Last Airship?
I think so.
Okay.
Only thing I'll say is thelastairship.com. Go there. That's where people can find out more. If they want to throw some more money, we've crowdfunded the entire project. We've had some fantastic people throwing money, props, everything else into it. If anyone else wants to throw any more money into it, then do feel free. You know, I keep coming up with these wacky ideas, and it's going to cost us a lot to get that full Nazi uniform for Kevin to wear in his Hitler scene now.
So if it's in a Victorian alternate
Does
reality,
anybody have one they're not using anymore? Send it to them.
there we go. It'd be best if it's about a 32 inseam, though. That'd be better. Kevin is 6'7". 32 inseam is all he needs, and sock garters.
No.
Oh, we got sock garters. I'll send some.
You could just tell people that you were put on the rack and stretched. Because you were a bad man. Ed, anything
Wow.
on the Facebook event
Can I
page
say?
that we need to talk about before we go into a song?
Melissa Davis Trotter said she can make you a merman tail.
Nice.
Drinking tonight. Pish is drinking milk.
Does he have
Milk.
cookies?
Hardcore.
No, he's eating
Go
supper.
son.
He's got a sucker and
Oh,
milk?
fair play.
Yeah, he's supper and milk.
Oh.
And Ian has house blend pipe tobacco and a mild rum-based shark bite.
Nice. What is it with Kato putting fur on the page tonight? Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to read the blurb underneath this guy in a fur coat. Arctic explorer Peter Fugit and his wife Dagmar Fruchingal. In 1926, Peter was trapped under an avalanche and escaped from death by fashioning a shiv out of his own feces.
She said, this sounds like a dangerous job, right?
Weird knees.
Okay.
Dangerous jobby.
Okay, let's go into a song on that note.
Yeah, it's a good moment, yeah.
Oh, actually, Matricula just jumped on also, so hello to Matricula. We'll talk to you while we're in a song, because if you're listening on the radio stations, you get to hear the music. If you're listening on Twitch, you get to hear us ramble on. So, here's
You're
a little...
welcome.
I felt like I couldn't open up a show about juggling and playing with fire without starting with Jerry Lee Lewis, Great Balls of Fire.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Woohoo! Okay, so hello, Matricula. Thank you for joining us. Matricula is the one giving me all the great advice on how to spiff up the Twitch channel, which for all the Twitch listeners and viewers right now, I haven't done it yet besides put my little sign in the corner, so give me a chance. We'll get to it.
Are we just going to plan for August? I mean,
Nope.
off the subject, making the banner.
Nope, we're going to go August, September, and then the first episode of October, which is our 5th anniversary.
Okay, so I'll just say upcoming.
Hot damn, 5 fucking years.
Yeah, it is. 5
Yeah.
years.
Let's just stop and think about that for a moment while the music's on. Hot damn, 5 years, people. I'll fucking drink to that.
5 fucking years.
5.
So,
Constipated men in the Bible. In the Bible.
this may well end up being a sweary episode because I'm British and I have alcohol.
Oh, Matricula is playing an online game and listening. She is so multi-talented.
Matricula, what are you playing? I'm assuming you can. Can she hear me?
Yeah.
Matricula, what are you playing? I'm curious.
What are those things?
Just curious about the game. I'm not bi-curious or anything. Just in case anyone's watching and you're getting overly excited, I'm going to tease you.
Well, it says, Heroes of the Storm! Because there's an exclamation point at the end. I didn't feel like I should just read it. I felt like she's very excited about it.
Nice. Yeah. I play that occasionally. Not very often.
I've never heard of it.
But occasionally. Maybe not. Shame be upon them.
Yeah, I don't get out much or stay in much. I don't know which one. Okay, and we're coming back in 15 seconds.
Okay.
What?
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, very quickly, if you're listening, I play Heroes of the Storm occasionally. My favourite character is Raynor because I'm a massive StarCraft fan. There you go. Anyway, moving on. Hopefully it'll mean something to her.
And that was Jerry Lee Lewis with Great Balls of Fire. And Kevin with Heroes of the Storm!
Amazing. I love the way you say that. Do it one more time.
Heroes of the Storm!
No.
Sounds like you're on a massive cross between overly excited and on the verge of dying of a coronary.
Well, I feel like when I'm doing that voice, I'm imagining that I'm on the deck of a small watercraft in a storm. You know, like on Saturday where they canceled the fishing tournament. Because there was, the chop in the bay, it must have been, 8 inches.
Nice.
How do you know? How can you measure 8 inches?
And deep, too.
By the way, great picture, Greg. Awesome.
Well, thank you very much. I thought I'd make use of our break time over the musical interlude there.
Well done, Greg. That's amazing. I've just seen that myself.
By the way, if anybody
10 out of 10, that man.
Looking at the Facebook event page,
Wow.
Andrea put the...
I'm not sure Travis is looking at the Facebook event page yet.
Well, I've actually pulled up the banner because I was going to brag about Andrea with her fire spinning and making this stuff. And hold on, I got to go see what they're giggling about. See, that's fucking hot.
You expect to see, like, model.
Hold on, I am saving that shit.
Okay, that's going to be a banner.
Facebook profile picture, Travis, surely.
Hold on, let me do this, and then let me go respond right now with a picture of the waves breaking on the jetty. So maybe somebody else could take it the next step and put the two pictures together. What's the matter? What are you doing with the car? What? What happened? Here, we'll put that one up. There we go. Okay. So yeah, all the pictures on the Facebook event page banner are of these guys, of Kevin and Greg and Andrea. So if you guys want to go see them playing with fire, they do it.
Now wait a minute, you didn't put my nude picture up last week for the Nude Naturism show.
No, she has kept that for herself. She is very greedy and selfish that way. And
I
besides,
haven't seen that picture, Ed. You sent that to me years ago.
Bad, inadequate. I don't want anybody to feel inadequate.
the truth is, Ed, there just wasn't enough bandwidth for a picture that big.
There was not.
Okay. Whatever.
Has that ego been stroked enough, or you need us to use both hands?
Both hands.
Yeah, he does.
Somebody told Ed not to be a dick. He said, "I'd be half the man I am then." Anyhow, what? Oh, it's a pit of snakes. Is that Steve Irwin playing with a pit of snakes?
It's not Steve Irwin, no. It's a guy, I'm guessing, probably from either India or Pakistan, guessing on the species of snake, and it's him basically tipping out a big bag of what appear to be either rattlesnakes or cobras. Thinking rattlesnakes, I can't see any hoods.
Well, I don't think it's probably rattlesnakes if he's Indian, and if he's in India, do they have rattlers there? I thought that was an American.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Really?
They have a similar kind of snake over there. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we're not looking at. Hang on, I need to play the video. Let me watch it for a second.
Yeah, in Mexico they don't have rattlers either. They have maraca snakes.
No, I'm thinking actually changing my mind. I've actually just watched it for the first time. Maybe king snakes or some kind of rat snake. Definitely non-venomous because the guy's getting his hands in there, and you'd have to be an absolute twat to do that if you knew anything about snakes. So
you know, there's a whole
definitely
religion here in
non-venomous.
the U.S. where people purposely get bitten by. Yeah, we have.
I've seen
twats.
this. Is it? Yeah, some kind of. I mean, we see it occasionally. I mean, I've seen it in like rock videos, and I've seen it in TV. But from what I understand, there's a whole branch of. I mean, it's some branch of Christianity. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And it's something to do with the Jesus loves you enough that he will protect you even from the bites of venomous snakes.
Yeah, whatever.
I feel like the people that won't get their kids immunization shots is an offshoot of that venomous snake church. They're like, God loves my kid enough, he's not going to kill him with disease.
I don't want to get off topic too much, but I will say this just because obviously anyone who's followed the show for any length of time knows that I keep snakes. I run the local reptile club here, and I feel very passionately about them. Any dickhead who tells you that you can safely handle a venomous snake and you won't get bitten because of God is a dickhead playing Russian roulette with a venomous animal that will kill you. And people
American
like that,
rattler,
people
they
who
don't
actually
have rattlers in Russia, they have maraca snakes.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter whatever venomous snake you're talking about. If you're talking about a snake that has venom that can cause cytotoxic damage to a human body, then I don't care whether you're using a hook and you're keeping it at arm's length, or you're tailing it, or using whatever kind of snake control method you're using. You are literally playing with fire.
Now, I appreciate your public service announcement, but I do want to add the one exception is if I don't like you, then Kevin's wrong. Just go fucking play with the snake.
Oh yeah,
Can I just check on that? I'm still okay to keep the snakes down my trousers, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's still cool.
I noticed it was plural.
Yeah, that's kind of worrisome.
That's how Greg competes with Ed. Ed's like, I've got a huge snake. Greg's like, I've got 5.
Ed's got anaconda.
Still coming up short.
My pants fit like a glove.
Look, I got 12 inches. It's just an all-in-one go.
One of my favourite jokes ever is last night my wife told me she wanted me to give her 10 inches and make it hurt. So I stuck it in twice and then headbutted her.
Oh.
See, in the U.S., that joke is usually a little more violent.
Okay. I'm sorry.
But, it's, with my fear of feminists, I'm afraid to use an outdated, horrible joke.
You're afraid they'll stick it in twice and put you in the head.
It's possible. By the way, Matricula says my hands are somewhat tied up, but you are a delight. I think she's in the wrong chat. I don't know. Because she says, I play Joanna. Oh, wait, Kevin, is Joanna a character from... Oh, she is pegging.
Yes.
If her hands are tied...
She's pegging.
I know what pegging is, but why would your hands be tied while you're pegging someone?
Why not?
I guess they're hanging by a rope in the kitchen.
Yes.
I don't know.
Who
but
isn't?
thanks, it's Matricula. Thanks for hosting us. That's all I have to say. Go on being Joanna, pegging somebody with your hands tied. Heroes of the Storm!
I don't know why you're not their official spokesman.
You totally should be. If anyone's listening who's got the hookup, get us in there. Travis should voice over Heroes of the Storm. That'd be amazing.
And now with me doing pipe and cigar videos on YouTube, I am going to see if I can get a sponsorship from alcohol companies.
I'm
Alcohol
bang up for
companies,
that.
not Alcohol Anonymous.
That's not a company.
Probably
that's
that,
company.
but eventually.
Well, one thing at a time. Start with one, move into the next.
Yeah.
Can we talk about fire spinning and juggling? You guys eat fire, you juggle fire, and you're self-destructive. Is this correct?
2 out of 3, I think.
I was going to say, 2 out of 3.
Which one didn't work?
Neither of us is self-destructive, as evidenced by our ability to appear on the show tonight.
Wouldn't that be showing you are
That's up for
self-destructive?
debate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although that said, I have actually been banned from doing any form of body burning in the first half of next year leading up to my wedding. I have been told that the wedding may be off if I've managed to singe all of the hair off my arm in the first half of the year.
So,
That may be.
By body
So
burning,
that
you
is-
mean burning your own body, not somebody else that you don't like while they're asleep in their bed and unaware that you're
We
in
Yeah.
the
don't
house.
say that on here.
Yeah,
it's
run the flame
it's
over
one-
your own body.
Just checking.
Yeah, it's one minor aspect of a fire performer. Well, not necessarily minor. It depends what you do with it. But yeah, it's one aspect of how fire performers use fire.
Like that guy on Billy Madison in the kitchen.
That's like
Yeah,
the
it's sometimes referred to as fakir as well. Normally using like smaller heads
Fuck
made
you
out
too.
of.
Especially talking about
fuck yeah.
small heads.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't want to show the public is an ugly fakir. I don't know if you do the same as I do, Greg, but I use like cotton wool, 100% cotton, and then 100% cotton thread to bind the heads with, because it has a longer burn time than some of the synthesized threads that you can get that include polyester in the mix. You basically use a stick, can be wooden or metal. You bind cotton wool around the end, form a head to the size that you want, wrap it up with cotton string, tie it off, so you end up with kind of like a giant cotton bud. And then you use your fuel of choice, soak it, and it's normally a fuel that's easy to transfer. And the idea is that you can then press that stick onto a part of your body, your hand, your arm. You can transfer flame onto that part of your body by pressing hard with the stick, which pushes a small amount of the fuel out, leaves a residue on your hand or your arm or
So
wherever.
it's just
you
like
press
after
the
having
stick.
sex.
Can I
Yeah, it
just
leaves
add
you
Can I just add in that just this isn't an instruction manual. Anyone
yeah,
listening to
that's
this,
true. Yeah.
if you listen to what we say in this episode and you go away and you try any of it yourself, I'm basically categorizing you with the people who are handling the poisonous snakes
Do
and
it.
hoping
Yes.
God will save them. You know.
Yeah,
Do it.
Thank you, Greg. That is a very good point. Before we get going, we really should say that I can't speak for how long Greg's trained to do what he does, but having seen his performances, I know that this guy's not an amateur who just came into this yesterday. He's put some serious effort into the amazing shows that he hosts. I know myself, from the moment I started learning to play with fire to the first time I did a public show, took me nearly 2 years before
I would
I
say
had
that
not
same.
just the
Was that the
confidence,
healing
but
time from the
technical
first
skill.
training?
You have to be very careful when you start. In fact, I'm very lucky in a sense because I don't know if you've come across this, Greg, but you do get some fly-by-night guides who will just teach anybody who's interested for the glory of it how to breathe fire. And then you do end up with these guys out there who don't realise sometimes how dangerous they're being. I was quite lucky in the sense that the guy who taught me wouldn't let me anywhere near flammable fuel until I demonstrated the correct techniques, just spitting bottles of water. And that took hours and hours and hours before I could do it to the satisfaction where he was like, okay, I'm going to let you try the same thing with fuel. And then when I did try it with fuel, there was no flame involved. I was just putting the fuel in my mouth and spitting it out again. And that was to get me acclimatized to the taste of it and the sensation. It was a long time, maybe 4 or 5 months before I actually lit my first ever bit of fire. So it's not something that you can just go out and try tomorrow. If anyone's interested in doing it and you're listening to the show, go and find someone professional. Greg.
You're muted.
You're muted, Greg.
It doesn't have to be something as dangerous as breathing fire, even just juggling the fire. I work at one venue and I was over there and I juggled fire one year for them. Absolutely brilliant. They said, well, can you come back and do some stuff for us over the October half-term round about Halloween? And I wasn't available. They got someone else. Someone had just decided they'd pick up a few fire clubs and start throwing them around. I went back the following year to the same venue, and I was told that I was now the only person they were ever going to allow to juggle fire on the premises, because you'd had some complete idiot. He'd obviously bought a set of fire torches off the internet. He juggled clubs. He'd not found out how fire handles. Now, fire, if you're juggling fire, it catches the wind differently than a normal club. He was juggling on a raised terrace. One of the clubs blew straight off the terrace and straight down, luckily not injuring anyone, into the crowd of people queuing up on the terrace below. And it's when you're dealing with fire, this is something where you can hurt not just yourself, but the public quite easily and damage property. And that's always one of my things. We're talking about self-destructive acts, and I like that title because when I'm doing...
I will say that if you're going to do this sort of thing without the practicing and the knowledge, and you're juggling on terraces above people dropping flaming clubs, make sure you have a videographer, because that shit would get a lot of hits on YouTube. Go on, Greg.
I do always try and make sure I have someone filming when I'm practicing, because that's always the very best.
That's and monetize, yes.
But yeah, for me, it's always important to me that these are self-destructive acts. If something goes wrong with any one of my shows, whether it's the fire or the knives or anything else, I want to know that the person who's in danger if it goes wrong, if I make a complete balls up of the whole thing, is me. It's never allowed to be a member of the public. It's never allowed to be anyone other than me that gets injured by my stupidity.
Wow. I don't know. I think you could broaden your horizons there. And again, I have a list if you don't have anyone.
I have a list. I mean, no.
It is a good point Greg makes, though. Yeah, that's very much the attitude you have to take into it. Is it looks amazing, it sounds amazing, but it is highly dangerous. It's dangerous enough being the guy who's doing it. You don't want that danger to carry over to spectators. We've all seen the horrible videos on the internet of what happens when idiots who don't know what they're doing do something in a big public space and fuck it up.
Yeah, we call it talk.
You don't want to be that
we have a
guy.
whole show about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you get what I mean. You don't want to be that guy. You know, you're talking about something that has the potential to go not just wrong, but catastrophically wrong. So you need to be 100% sure before you ever step out in front of a crowd that you know what you're doing and you can control it.
It's rather off topic, but if you want to see something go comedically wrong, and it does involve fire for a bit. I don't know if you heard about this, Kevin. I don't think anyone over in America will have done. Did you hear about the Oban fireworks a few years ago? There's a little town up in Scotland called Oban, and they had this huge firework display. It was supposed to be something like a half-hour firework display.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this. Wasn't it something they all went off at once by accident? It took like 3 minutes or something, or less than that. And
they triggered all the fireworks in one go.
Yeah.
Just
you know what? I'm going to see if I can find a link to that and post it on the page while we're talking, because that was amazing.
So all the sunglasses, the special glasses we're buying for the eclipse, you need those with that kind of fireworks display also.
Oh, you got the eclipse coming over. Yeah. Just look at it. That's what I did when it came over this way. It hasn't done me any harm. Pray to God and look at it. You're fine. Hold your snake, look at the sun, juggle fire.
And don't vaccinate your kids.
It's all good.
We're all just intently staring at Kevin, waiting for him to find something interesting. What are you looking for now?
I've got it. I've found. I was finding the link to the firework display thing, and I found it. So for those who want to watch it at their leisure, I'm going to put it up on the event page so you can see it now.
I think it'd be great if you dressed like Steve Irwin, Kevin, and went and did, instead of a crocodile hunter, you'd have fireworks hunter. And just be like, crikey, here's a beauty of a little sparkler. Let's see what happens when I pick it up with my bare hands. Oh, fuck, this shit burns.
Well, we've all done silly stuff, haven't we? And I remember back when I was about 15, 16, I was asked to write a little show. It was a local dance group. And this is an example of one of those things you should never, ever do. One of my agreements was that we got to film a little war sequence. And so to film this, what we decided to do was we get ourselves real World War II helmets, real World War II jumpers, crouch in a ditch, and set off as many fireworks as we possibly could, as close to us as we possibly could. Now, luckily, we walked away intact, but it's one of those things it's one of those things that should never happen. You should never let performers get bored or anything like that. As I say, I'm always careful that when I do stuff like this, the only person that's at risk is going to be me, but I will get bored and start doing stuff that I probably shouldn't, because it does put me at risk. But yeah, we do stuff like setting fireworks. You know, I said that 15 years ago, I was young and stupid, and I still am. Set fireworks off all around myself.
Don't sell yourself short. You're not young anymore.
That's harsh.
Go on.
But yeah, the important thing is, I do this stupid stuff, and I'm going to continue to do it. But the main thing is, always make sure the people around you are protected. I don't care what happens to you. If you're stupid enough to, pick up some fire and spit fuel at it, it's your own lookout. But it shouldn't be the person that's standing in front of you that gets covered in flame.
That's right. That's experience speaking. I went to a gay dance club once and got covered in flames.
Is that what they called it?
No, they called it bukkake. Anyhow, moving on.
I was going to say, gay dance club, that was a couple weeks ago.
That's true. Andrew, why are you just like lips up now? Well, that sounded wrong.
Excuse me?
I'm working on. I'm getting ready to show it to everybody. Just.
Oh, okay.
Show it, baby. Show it. Light it on fire. Burn it up.
Well, if it burns, see a doctor. Lips up.
Might just be friction.
What do you think it is? What do you guys think it is about fire, really, with the performance? Because for a long time, I didn't do fire performance. I juggled knives, I juggled axes, I juggled all sorts of dangerous stuff. And I deliberately didn't go for fire because if I catch the wrong end of a knife or the wrong end of an axe, people can see the danger. If I catch the wrong end of a flaming torch, guess what? I let go of it. There's very little. So what is it about? But as soon as I picked up the flaming torches for the first time and I tried juggling for the first time and I heard that of the fire flicking through the air, it's just something inside you. Yeah, Kevin.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. That I think one of the things that catches the public unaware when you do a fire performance, the thing they're not expecting. They're expecting to see fire, obviously, but the thing that always catches them out is the amount of noise what we do creates. When somebody breathes fire, or you have an object like a poi or something that's lit on fire that you swing around, I can't even replicate it, but the whoosh sound of it through the air is much louder, much more aggressive sound than people expect. Travis,
can you try to make the whoosh noise for us? That's not bad. That's not bad. Greg, what about you?
Well, what I juggle is much quicker. It's more of a... Josh, I think it's probably a good beat for if we want to lay down some sort of track over that. That'd be pretty good.
Some boots and cats trying kind of stuff.
That's a great video. You need to post it to cats.
Go find it, post it.
I don't get it much. Okay, go on. Oh, wow.
Did you get it?
I did.
I redid it all, so...
What did you get?
It's the moment where we all fall silent while everyone quickly scrambles to Facebook.
Quick, refresh. What have I missed?
Yeah.
I'll post it in the event.
She made next week's banner.
Everybody want a preview?
Oh, okay.
So I'm curious, while Andrea's posting that, what did make you guys pick up fire for the first time?
It's pretty.
I needed to light my joint.
Greg, you want to go first because you come at it from a much more professional angle than I do, I think.
Well, that's it. I mean, for me, the fire side of things was purely mercenary. As I said before, I juggled fire myself. I was always slightly, basically unfazed by it. As I say, I tend to juggle things like the knives and the axes and the man traps, and I always like the fact that and kittens, yeah, obviously. Yes. I mean, they're the worst ones to juggle. They make such a splatting noise when you drop them on the floor. But
you juggle kittens and man traps, it gets messy.
But for me, that was always, if I catch the wrong end, there's a real effect. And for me, fire was just pretty, and pretty is not part of my show. And then it became a purely mercenary thing. If somebody said to me, we've got an event coming up, it's an evening event, we would like some fire juggling. And, I had 6 months to make sure I got it all right and it was all perfectly safe and got the correct insurance. Because this is one of the weirdest things that I find is I have insurance, And I have one set of insurance that covers me if I want to juggle knives, if I want to juggle big axes, if I want to juggle anything I want to juggle. But as soon as I light a match, I have to have an entirely different set of insurance just because there's that tiny little flame going on. Kevin.
Yeah, this is something that a lot of people don't actually realise. When you see somebody out in any kind of public setting where you're performing for the public and they're using anything at all that can be lit on fire, that whether it's like juggling children. Clubs, whether it's some guy breathing fire. Yeah, but I mean, there is a whole range of things that incorporate fire these days. You know, I mean, there's Diablo.
Your wine bottle opener looks like a French woman.
It does. You're going to draw it?
If it was a French woman, it'd be more horizontal.
It's giving
upright with its arms raised, looking like it's raising an argument at the moment. It looks more like an English woman. Anyway.
Which one of them makes the
there's a lot of
noise?
There's a lot of different types of fire performance, but anything that involves setting anything on fire and then using it near the public requires a particular type of public liability insurance. In the UK, at least, I've no idea what the legislation in the US is. Which means that before you can even think about setting foot in front of the public and doing your first performance, earning your first few quid, you've got to outlay quite a decent wedge of money, depending on, I don't know what yours costs, Greg, but I think the last time I paid mine, it was around 190 for a year, before you can even go out and light anything on fire with a match in front of the public, like Greg said earlier. So it's a hidden cost that people don't appreciate when they see you doing that in public. They think it's just, oh, this is some guy who's got a cool hobby. It's not just a hobby. If you want to show that hobby off to other people, there's financial outlay before you even start. Not to mention the materials.
No. Kevin, do you
juggle? Get more expensive. No, I don't juggle. I don't have the coordination for it.
Okay. So, Greg, with the juggling, how'd that start for you? Was it like in school to impress other kids, or?
Oh, juggling started when I was about 7 years old, and maybe even younger. And we had one of these circus skills group come to the school and just did a little bit of juggling, and then it was one of those things that kind of trotted along on the back burner until I was 21, 22, and I was out in Italy performing a series of comedy shows, and somebody said to me, "One, you've got to get your own show. Don't work for other people if you're doing shows, because if I do a performance and I'm an actor in someone else's show, straight away there are so many people taking a piece of the money all the way down. Whereas if you write," and I thought to myself, basically it's a little bit of cowardice. Basically, I'm the comedy performer, but I was like, okay, I'm not going to stand there and do 15 minutes and say me talking is funny enough. And so when I started out, I was doing a lot more juggling. Now, what it actually turns out I tend to do, even with a fire show, is if I'm doing a 15 minutes performance, 12 minutes of that is just me standing there talking, is me building up to the actual fire being lit and everything else happening. And that last sort of 3 minutes is the actual fire juggling itself. So for me, it's a way of being on stage and just talking without having to go through that stand-up thing of, oh, if I'm not funny, what happens? For me, it's almost a bit of a safety net. All the knife juggling, all the escapology I do, it's a nice safety net. If the comedy is not working, at least people should be impressed by what I'm doing.
I feel the same way about sex.
Oh, that's why you wear the outfit.
No, I wear the outfit because nobody wants to see me naked. Especially during sex. So, how sharp are your knives and axes?
My knives are slightly blunted, purely because kids have this annoying habit of running over and grabbing hold of the knife. So I keep those slightly blunted. Yeah, and my axes, though, they're bought straight from B&Q. They are as sharp as they can be. I keep those nice and sharp. I would do chop wood with them sometimes before the performance. Those are fully just, because a lot of people have juggling axes, the same as juggling knives, that are bought from a juggling shop, made to look sharp, but balanced and weighted for juggling. And I didn't want to go down that route. I wanted to go down the route of, I just want to go to, the local DIY store, the local hardware store, whatever you call it in your crazy country. And I wanted to buy myself just standard axes. I like juggling stuff that people use, because to go into a technical minutiae of juggling here, there are only 3 things you actually ever juggle in your entire life. and that is balls, clubs, and rings.
What about women?
Okay. Women, well, I suppose you're using your balls, really, aren't you?
I've definitely known some people who have juggled.
Good answer.
I believe you use your balls until you buy them a ring, and then they come after you with a club. So that's kind of all three working together. But a ball is basically any round object, anything that goes straight up and down. So if I'm juggling eggs, if I'm juggling balls, if I'm juggling beanbags, anything that goes straight up and down. Then you get rings, which is anything that's circular. So if I'm juggling, I don't know, frisbees or plates or anything. And then clubs is anything that's a straight stick that spins in the air. So that's your basic juggling clubs. If I'm using knives, if I'm using axes, and at the same time, if I'm doing fire club juggling, it's all exactly the same technique that I'm using for all of those. It's just, it adds that element of danger to it.
Nice. I like elements of danger. Okay, let's see. What do we got? 5 minutes before I got to throw a song up? Let's throw it up now. Matter of fact, Ed played this earlier, or put the video up earlier. Here's a little bit of fire from Ohio players, and we'll be back with This Week in History. Oh, where'd my mouse go? There we go. Okay. So, yeah.
What's this, Kevin? What?
How long have we got?
4 minutes, 20 seconds.
Cool, I'll be right back.
Run.
Me too. I'm going to go wee in the background. Okay, be back. Talk amongst yourselves. Not about me weeing.
All right. Well,
I think we've still got the Twitch viewers, have we? So we still got people walking while everyone's wandering off. That's fabulous. Well, those people that are currently watching on Twitch, welcome to the Greg and Andrea show.
yes.
This is our 4-minute segment. This is Andrea's 4-minute striptease segment, so we're just going to go for that.
I'm naked under all these clothes. Let's see. I'm trying to find some weird news involving fire.
Some weird news I mean, it's not directly related to the fire, but there was that terrible fire festival. I mean, it's only the name that's fire related. Did you hear about this one?
Mm-mm. What is it?
This is a festival that some rapper put on a small island, and when everyone had kind of bought their tickets and all turned up on this remote island for a festival, and there was no.
Oh yeah, and nobody had any money or cell phones or anything, right?
No money, no cell phones, and they'd managed to get one portaloo on the entire island.
Yeah. What was the name of that? Do you know?
It was Fire Festival.
Fire Festival?
I'm sure it's Fire. FYRE, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. Yeah, that's great. I heard about that kind of.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing that they. And it was all sort of promoted by giving models and people on Twitter loads of money to say, "Oh yeah, we're going to this," and then turns out no one actually was going.
Did. Yeah, and they were given wristbands they loaded all their money on. And
that's it. Yeah, you weren't allowed to take money. It was a money-free festival.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we got Sir Skippers chimed in to say, "You're naked under all those clothes, you slut." I mean, that's a bit harsh, I think.
But it's true.
You're damn right I am.
Wait, can we show man nipples on Twitch? I don't remember. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out if we get shut down now.
Well, I heard that at one point in time, Twitch went, no nipples at all. We can't show women nipples, so you know what? Men can't either. And I went, oh, I'm okay with
What
that.
if you're both? What if you're neither?
How about cleavage? Can we show cleavage?
As long as you don't have nipples on your cleavage.
I got a little bit of side boob here. Is that okay?
That's what my ex used to call me, because she had a regular boyfriend too. I was her side boob.
I don't think this is...
Hey, I just want to let you know,
Kosher?
I have a Mobi file on my desktop called Ink, A Dark Waters Mermaid Tale. I just felt like it related to the earlier topic.
Nice.
What's the matter, Andrew?
Oh, Greg and I were talking about the fire festival where people went. They were stranded.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to find an article about it for the weird news.
They got stranded at a fire festival?
No,
yeah,
it was.
wasn't a festival called Fire. It was organised by a rapper, wasn't it? I read about that somewhere.
Yeah, what rapper was it?
Oh, I can't
I
think
thought I
now.
found it.
It was one of those. I'm sure they got a letter in their name somewhere. It's, you know.
I don't know nowadays.
Don't they all?
Something.
Except for the one formerly known as Prince, every rapper has
Okay.
a letter in their name.
Oh, here it is. $12,000 is what they had to pay, I think it said.
Just to be trapped?
Here it is.
Just to be trapped with one Portaloo.
With everybody and nothing.
3 seconds. No pressure.
Oh, there's a picture of the gourmet meal. This is great.
We're back with This Week in History. What happened this weekend?
This week in history. Shit happened, y'all. July 30th, 1999. Don't go into the woods. The Blair Witch Project opens in theaters. Shot on a budget of $60,000. The movie will go on to gross $250 million worldwide. People actually believe that shit.
They did.
LOL.
And I pointed out, there's credits if you wait through 4 minutes of darkness. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And it says it was filmed like in Florida when it took place in Maryland or whatever. And
Maryland, yeah.
like it says
I'd like
filmed
to
in
say-
Florida. Yeah, sorry.
I'd like
But
to
hey,
say
they
that
got a lot of-
the internet, and we hadn't learnt yet that there was so much nonsense on the internet. But
Yeah.
if you put it out today, people would still be doing exactly the same stuff.
But that little town in Maryland apparently gets a lot of people still visiting it to the day because they believe all that shit happened in the woods. August 1st, 1981. MTV is launched and actually showed music videos. The first video played was Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles.
Didn't we just do this like 2 weeks ago? Did it launch twice?
We were talking about
that what
music
it was?
videos.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I threw that in there. But, current events.
What do we got for current events? Oh my god. See, I hadn't looked yet.
Best to be happy with what you got. Some dude decided he wanted to have a penis enlargement done, and he ended up dead. So I don't want that there. Sorry.
Was his penis bigger?
No.
Did they need two coffins perpendicular to each other?
I am trying to post the link, but it won't let me.
It's okay. I can see it without it.
I'm sitting down, and I got it curled up, so you can't see it.
I don't think we're talking about the link anymore.
Penis?
Really? Today I was running around yelling penis, penis, penis. You don't like you do.
Then
All
I
the
threw
time,
something
right?
at him.
Yeah, apparently there's a lengthening surgery, and then there's a girth surgery, and you're not supposed to get both done at the same time. Well, he wanted both done at the same time. And when they did the lengthening surgery, they had to open up the blood vessels in his penis. And the fat from the girth surgery leaked into the blood vessels, went straight to his lung, and he's gone.
See, that's why if I'm ever
Damn.
going to go for a penis enlargement, I'm just going to go for the Air Jordan enlargement.
Pump it up.
I just found it funny halfway through that story. I kind of tuned out, and I was just watching Travis's and Kevin's face. And as soon as you start, it's just the way a man's face suddenly contorts when they hear anything like that.
I'll have to go back and rewatch the video. Quick.
This next one is talking about it on Facebook this week. Apparently, Facebook has an artificial intelligent robot. They have two of them, as a matter of fact, and they've come up with their own language. And researchers believe that artificial intelligence think that the human language is just fucked up. So they come up with their own language in order to communicate with one another.
Was it called Esperanto?
It's called.
The European
They also
get it.
decided to call themselves
I've
Skynet.
seen that movie, and it's not going to end well for the humans. I can tell you that right now.
You know that, Ed. You know that.
If the language is messed up and they don't need that no more, they'll decide we're messed up and they don't need us anymore.
Humans are illogical. World will run better if we just got rid of them. Asimov was right.
What?
God bless him. The 3 rules of robotics.
Anybody else got any current events they want to talk about?
I'm reading some of the quotes. In one exchange revealed by Facebook to Fast Company Design, 2 negotiating bots, Bob and Alice, started using their own language to complete a conversation. I, everything else, Bob said. Balls have 0 to me, too, Alice responded. The rest of the exchange formed variations of these sentences. They're speaking in binary. That's what's happened. It's a English version of binary.
Too bad they're speaking French.
Hello, how are you?
Which
I don't
when
have
you
current
think
events, but I have stuff whenever you're ready.
when you think that the only reason to come up with a talking robot on the internet is to sell it as some sort of sex chat website, who's going to bother to learn binary just to have a sex chat? Really, it's
Men.
Japanese people.
Yeah.
Nerds are be like, I binaried all over.
Before we go off the topic, there's one other thing that I wanted to mention in this week's current news. That thing that I said to you guys about earlier.
Mhm.
So
You
Kid
can act
Rock.
like it's brand new and we haven't heard about it at all. Go.
Okay, right. Hey guys, have you heard this amazing shit?
No, we
Like,
haven't.
Apparently, Kid Rock has announced that he might run for senator for Michigan in 2018.
Why?
Why not?
Well, why
And,
not?
the real
Indeed.
curiosity is, why is it in LATimes.com instead of like MichiganNewspaper.com?
Nobody
Well,
reads
who
that.
knows? But I mean, let's face it. For anybody who doesn't know, Kid Rock has been a fairly outspoken Trump supporter for some time. In fact, while we're talking, I'm going to go and fight. I have the most amazing photo that proves this point.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, he's now decided, apparently, despite the fact that his entire career has been based around
Is it like
creating a
Trump
persona
and Kid
of,
Rock with a glory hole?
dear God, no, I would hope not.
He's like, dear God, I have to find this.
Yeah. But
Kid Rock, are you fired?
I find it extraordinarily ironic that a man who has based his musical career on
Being
the
rebellious?
style and lyrical content of his music, well, beyond rebellion. I mean, we're talking about a man who's referenced whores, crackheads, excessive drinking, redneck behavior, and taking a
Are we talking about Trump?
Yeah,
I'm not talking as a person, I'm talking as his public persona as a musician. But even so, to suddenly want to transition from that to representing the United States people
Hey,
as
Kevin.
a senator seems incredibly ironic
Did
to
you
me.
pay attention to the things Trump said when he was running for president? Kid Rock's got this in a
Funny
bag.
enough, well, I suppose so. Yeah.
I didn't want to go.
I just find the whole thing incredibly ironic.
I didn't want to go down the whole Trump rabbit hole tonight. But here's a little game for you to play. Anytime you're watching a film with a president of the USA in it, anytime the president appears in the film, you've got to watch that film and imagine that president has been replaced with Donald Trump. Because always when the president arrives, it's this really sober, sincere moment. It's always the complete gentleman. It's any film you watch from Independence Day to any film at all, just imagine replacing the American president in that film with Donald Trump, and it immediately becomes a comedy.
A kind of Leslie Nielsen-esque comedy.
Yeah.
Then you could put Ford and Bush in there too. It's great that only the Brits are laughing at the American president jokes. Most Americans are like,
Yeah. They're grumbling much as British MPs do. If you've ever watched live broadcast of Parliament, which is the most amazing thing in the world, it's just one guy saying 3 sentences and then 150 people going.
hold on, Andrea's on a different show over there. What are you doing, Andrea? What do you got?
Kato went and got me a Frosty from Wendy's.
Is it one of the 50-cent Frosties?
No.
It's $1.29. She's
You're
worth it.
you're gonna be sick.
Damn.
You're gonna eat too much.
Yes, I am.
In like 45 minutes, guys, she's gonna be like, I don't feel so good.
I'm now watching the Twitch feed because every time Andrea says something, some filthy variation of it pops up on Twitch. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with a Frosty from Wendy.
Do you Brits know what a
Come
Frosty
on,
from
Twitch.
Wendy's is?
Show us what you make of.
I know what Wendy's is. I
No.
wouldn't know what a Frosty from Wendy's
Yeah.
is.
It's a thick
What's a
chocolate
frosty?
cake.
Is that like a? Oh, okay.
It's like
Okay.
ice cream, only not.
Melted.
Yeah.
Andrea, I'm curious. Can you satisfy a question that's been bothering me for a long time? You've got an extra thick milkshake, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Are there boys in your yard?
When I shake it.
Oh, okay.
Only when I shake it.
Fair enough.
So, what else do we have for this week in history?
Andrea, you got weird news?
I do, and I'm posting it. I'm posting the link. Greg reminded me about this. Fire Festival. I don't know if anybody's heard about it. CNN reported about it. People paid $12,000 to go to this fire festival. And I don't remember which, I don't see up here which rapper promoted it or whatever. People got stuck. No cash, no phones, only one porta-john. And if you look at the link I put, their gourmet meal is fabulous. It's like 2 slices of bread, piece of cheese, some funky lettuce, and a tomato.
Just whole grain.
The,
Whole grain
yeah.
bread.
It's not weird. I find it hilarious. I wouldn't pay $12,000 to go to an island. But
Kevin?
Yeah, the rapper was Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, was it?
Has he
Yeah.
even done anything since the 90s?
Apparently, fuck up a festival.
Yeah.
By bringing a sandwich?
No, apparently
$12,000.
there was. Yeah, it was ridiculously expensive. It was on some kind of island somewhere in the Bahamas, and there was this whole thing where they'd fly you out there. They'd be, like the festival ticket price included your flight to the Bahamas. There was all this expensive, amazing stuff planned and cited to
Top-notch
quite why the
acts
price.
to play for entertainment.
Ja Rule does not qualify as
Models in bikinis, and none of that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was all over Instagram and all kinds of other social media. Loads of famous other people were sort of kind of blagged into promoting it on his behalf. And then when it actually came to the event, there was all kinds of problems. They didn't have enough security to cover the site. The caterers didn't have enough food. There was nowhere for people to stay. It was just an absolute fuck up. It was really badly organised.
Well, one of the
pretty
big
much
things for me was when I heard they went about 2 weeks before they went and tried to hire portaloos for the island because there were no toilets on the island. They ended up with one portaloo. Now, I don't know if you've been to a festival, but imagine the worst festival toilet you've been to, and imagine there was only one of them on the entire site.
Yeah, God.
And all that anybody was eating was cheese and lettuce.
See, you say imagine only one portal if you've been to a festival. I've been to Download Metal Festival. Anyone who's ever been to Download will tell you it's the epitome of horrendous festival toilets.
Just
I
dig a
actually
hole.
I saw the most horrendous thing you can ever do to a friend, and I put that in inverted commas, at a festival, at Download, when one guy went into a portaloo for which there'd been a queue of 20 or 30 people before him, and while he was in there, his friends tipped the portaloo over, face forward, trapping him inside with the door shut on the ground, and then in the mud that was at the festival, because it was raining that year, slid him about 40 or 50 feet downhill
Oh my god.
inside said portaloo.
They're not friends.
No, this is why the inverted commas, Ed, because frankly, I mean, he was with a bunch of people he'd probably arrived with as friends. I suspect he may have left that festival not friends with several of them.
I would have rolled on their sleeping bags in their tents before I did anything else. I'd be just like, I'll be right back. That was hilarious. Okay, any other articles?
No.
Who died?
I don't think so.
All right. Died. We lost this week. Sam Shepard. He mainly played military people, cops, cowboys, stuff like that. Probably most well known for playing General Garrison in Black Hawk Down.
Okay.
Also Chuck Yeager in The Right Stuff.
That's not the guy who plays in Jurassic Park.
No.
Who is that?
I don't know.
I'll look it up. It's Sam somebody.
Samuel Jackson.
Yes. I remember him in Jurassic Park. He played the motherfucking T-Rex. Let's see here.
I am tired
Sam
of
Neill.
these motherfucking velociraptors in this motherfucking kitchen.
That's right. It was Sam Neill. That's who I'm thinking of. So, okay.
Birthdays. July 31st, 1932, actor Ted Cassidy.
I see what you did there, by the way.
You see what I did?
Yeah. Putting deaths before the birthdays, so I don't go,
Sure.
okay, we're done.
Sure. Actor Ted Cassidy, better known to most of us, is Lurch in the original Addams Family.
Is he still alive?
No, he's gone.
I know, he died like in the 80s.
I'm pretty
You're
sure.
such a downer. Man.
July 31st, 1965, Arthur J.K. Rowling of whatever that wizarding movie is that everybody likes so much.
Camelot?
No, not that one.
Holy Grail?
August 4th, 1901, jazz musician Satchmo, Louis Armstrong.
I was just talking to my son about him the other day. We were watching Deep Space Nine, and Odo does a little singing.
Yes.
And Aiden goes, he's got a really scratchy voice. I'm like, well, what about Satchmo? And he's like, what? I'm like, the one, It's a Wonderful World.
It's a Wonderful World.
And Aiden's like, yeah. I'm like, he's got a scratchy voice. You can do it. You just got to have the right delivery.
Yeah. And August 5th, 1930, that other Armstrong guy, I don't think they're related. I don't know. They might be. First man to walk on the moon, astronaut Neil Armstrong.
Maybe he walked on Satchmo's moon.
Maybe so. And got a personal birthday shout out tonight to Brittany King.
Yeah,
happy birthday, Brittany.
Let's see.
Anybody else got birthdays?
Feline Lang is tomorrow. It's one of the people that we play their music. Harry Mack of Victor and the Bully.
They're pretty cool.
They are. They're awesome. Who else we got? Sean Cosby, a local author here. Got a birthday Friday. Then Saturday we got Rich Vasquez and Alex Krigo, two buddies from Hogshead Cigar Lounge, where we used to broadcast from. Anybody else got some birthdays?
Yeah, actually, I got a couple. I don't normally do these very often, but there's a couple of really good mates of mine who've got birthdays this week. So Harry Richmond, who's a good mate of mine here on the island, he's a very cool 1950s rockabilly fan, originally from London. Happy birthday, Harry, for this week. And also, he's never likely to listen to this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Happy birthday to Ala Rezik, who's a friend of mine who lives in Egypt. So happy birthday to you, Ala.
I just saw Ed's post about his Facebook is acting up.
It straightened out, so.
Oh, did it? Oh, yeah, that was an hour ago. I haven't been much help because,
It was fine. Ed gave it that look, and he went, hey, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we good? Shall we?
We're good.
Let's go back into a song, come back and talk about some more fires. Oh, Andrew's back. We can see you're Oliver now. Well, not Oliver. Hey, here's a song from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What's it called?
Yay.
Walk in the Fire? Okay, we'll be back in a minute. Or 3.43. Yeah, that's, what is that?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer did a song? What?
Yeah, they did a whole musical episode.
Whole musical episode,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and walk through the fires.
That's right, because we were going to do that.
Yeah, it's good.
They got rid of watching our sister show.
Oh, yeah. Instead, they did Monty Python.
Well, couldn't get people together. It was an idea.
I'll be right back.
I'll be here.
Okay,
All right.
Okie
we'll be
dokie.
here.
Okie dokie.
You do your thing, man.
Okie dokie.
So did we ever solve that thing earlier? Are we allowed to show male nipple on Twitch?
I don't know. I think last week somebody said that
Let
at
me
one
Google
time
it.
you could not.
People watching on Twitch, I flashed my nipple earlier. Can you still see us? Are you still there? Have we been taken off air?
No, we're still there.
Awesome.
I like to.
Hey, just for you guys, although obviously for the people on Twitch as well, good news is all of the shit that I've had in the past with my crappy old laptop, like occasionally the sound of it sounding like it's an aircraft warming itself up for takeoff, or the inability to be able to Skype you guys, check the event page and run Twitch at the same time, all over. God bless the British tax system. I just got a tax rebate, 400 quid back from the tax man. New laptop coming next week. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Oh, I just read the thing, the rules, and it says no nipple for guy or
That's
girl
all.
on Twitch.
So
Thank
no
you.
nipples, male or female?
No, none.
But
It's
what
a new
about-
policy.
What about the workout guys who take off their shirts while working
Just
out?
cover it. I guess they have to wear pasties and tassels.
That would be great.
Oh my god. We'll get you some tassels.
I don't need them. I can hang fucking coats off these babies.
You know, Matricula didn't have her hands tied and busy pegging somebody. I'd ask her to clarify this. So we could talk about bondage and pegging, but just don't show nipple. That's cool. I'm good
You
with
can
that.
talk about it.
damn.
No problem.
We could talk about bondage and pegging. No one told me this.
Can we talk about how these pants like keep riding up on me and doing strange things to my...
Can I see?
Yeah. I need a haircut.
That's what.
What?
See what?
What, Ed?
Nothing.
I'm having a Coke Zero with Armando.
Oh, hey, tomorrow, Spider-Man.
I'll wear whatever you want,
Okay,
baby.
well,
15 seconds.
I've never heard a lady ask for a Spider-Man before.
Wait till I web on her face.
Are you thinking of the same thing I am, Greg?
Yes, I am, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't think the Americans are going to get
No.
that. That's amazing. I love that.
Do you want to explain it?
Explain.
It's a bit third hour.
We're
Damn
not
it.
far from that. Should.
No, it's up to you. Go
I'm
for it
going
if
to
you
write
want.
that down
Okay, you can explain the British Spider-Man to us later.
in the third
Okay.
hour.
I do have a full Spider-Man costume because Andrew and I once cosplayed middle-aged
you wouldn't need
Spider-Man
that.
and Black Cat.
Yeah.
So I had my gut sticking out with a wife beater tank top underneath and a beer and a cigar. And
I saw that. You guys were amazing when you did that. It made me laugh so much.
I don't know about amazing, but we're definitely amused. And that's all we were worried
Okay,
about.
amazing,
The
amusing.
next one's going to be Incredibles.
Yeah,
The
we want
middle-aged
The
Incredibles.
Incredibles.
to do the Incredibles. Because neither of us have to work out to look
Them
good
all
for that
up.
shit.
The semi Incredibles.
What kind of wine are you drinking there, Kevin?
I'm drinking a Chianti.
With some fava beans.
So can
Yeah.
you tell me what that is in American? Is it red?
Yeah.
It's
bitter?
red, yeah.
It's
Oh,
a red.
I've just realised I was going to show you the label, but you guys will see it back to front, won't you?
No, we see it correctly. You see it backwards.
Oh, do you?
I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
So is that like red and bitter like our Native Americans?
It's not bitter at all, no. It's quite smooth, but it's very rich.
Last time.
Well,
I'm just thinking back to...
it's got quite...
I'm sorry, go on.
I was going to say it's got quite a lot of tannin notes. It's got that kind of sort of sharp, leathery back taste to it, but it's quite sweet on the front end.
Sounds
It's
like
really
prison
nice.
rape. Oh my god. Back
It's
leathery
good with
taste.
pasta.
But it's
What?
sweet on the back end.
Prison rape is?
Oh yeah, I'm always sweet on the back end.
Yeah.
Quite sweet.
I've never had pasta with that. Is that your noodle, sir? I don't want to know about the red sauce. Oh my god. So, juggling, fire eating, and other dangerous self-destructive hobbies and careers.
Like anal
Indeed.
prison set.
I just wanted to show everybody how this related.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we started out with a topic, didn't we?
Apparently, yeah, somewhere near the top
And
of the
we
show.
still have the broken shards of it that we can pick up and do something with. Hold on, let me check the notes in the... Great, we have 3 sentences of notes in the document tonight. What kind of equipment do you have? Why don't we start with your equipment, gentlemen?
Yeah, okay.
I've already told you about my multiple.
Yeah, we established
like a
before the
bag
show
of
even
gummy
started
worms.
tonight that Greg's got much larger barrel capacity than I have.
What, Andrea?
Are we still listening? Are they still listening to a song?
No, we've been back for a while.
No,
Oh,
we're on it.
Couldn't you tell when we went from nonsense to pure gold nonsense? I mean, that's...
My approach to fire is pretty simplified. So, Greg, I mean, do you do much stuff other than fire clubs? Have you got other stuff you do?
No, I stick basically to fire clubs. Yeah, and then I mean, I do work on a very, very simple system. I get some Kevlar wick, and I basically just attach it to broomsticks most of the time. I go completely basic. I like my
So do you make your own clubs then?
I've got a set of clubs that I bought, and then I also a couple of years ago I was working with a performer who we do a 2-man fire active with together, and he tends to just chop off broomsticks and make his fire clubs out of those. And because I was working with him, he said, just look, it's the cheapest way to get yourself some new fire clubs every so often. So they're not fabulous to juggle. If you're planning to start out doing it, you don't start with broomsticks. It's the same as the difference between the axes and the knives.
Prison sex.
Exactly.
Don't start with the broomstick.
It's more complicated. It's not designed for juggling with. But once you actually get into the flow of it, it's a really nice, cheap, easy way to just keep replacing your equipment. And I think the thing with fire is you don't want your fire kit to get too worn down. You don't want loose threads anywhere in what you're doing. That's the thing.
No, I mean you've got, when you're doing fire performances, it's really important that you keep the equipment that you use in really good condition. It's not something where you can go, oh, I'm just going to keep using this to the point where it fails, because you use Kevlar wick, things like that, invariably over a number of uses it starts to break down and you get fraying on the edges of the material and stuff like that, and that's when things that you're doing start to throw off sparks and unexpected and random bits of flame off to the side of what you're expecting. And that's when you start adding an element of danger into what you're doing, because when you're working with fire, you really need to be able to control what you're doing. And a lack of control is not, I mean, anybody who's worked with fire for a long period of time will tell you that you kind of get used to dealing with some of the unpredictability of it. Things like wind changing directions and stuff, you have to kind of allow for that kind of stuff. But you have to be very, very careful that you're allowing for that and you're not adding an extra element of danger into your performance.
Oh. Where do you get your
yes, Andrea, you had a question?
Yeah. Where do you get like your Kevlar wicks and stuff? Is there a place online? Do you have a particular place?
Yeah, you can get stuff from specialist shops, but they're few and far between in the UK. They're probably more widespread in the US, especially shops that also deal in magical stuff, especially.
Like Harry Potter.
But the Harry Potter school of setting fire things. But yeah, firetoys.com. There are a lot of online websites that sell the wick for making fire torches, Travis.
So if this stuff is made of Kevlar, if you have enough fire torches, will it stop you from being shot if you go in a bad neighborhood?
Not if you do a bad performance, no.
Just check.
Especially on the Isle of Wight. It's
Chicago.
a very real, if you turn up and you pull off a shit performance, there's a very real chance you might get shot for it.
Do you guys have bad neighborhoods on Isle of Wight?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, right?
I mean, besides
yes,
your
we
house.
do. But a bad neighborhood on the Isle of Wight is kind of like suburban heaven in the US.
I mean, I don't want to get really, really localized racist about this, but yeah, basically Kevin's half of the island is the bad part, and my half of the island is where it's beautiful and tranquil and open countryside, and that sort of backwards ideal that you picture for the Isle of Wight.
I'm just picturing
And
an
I
Isle
would
of Wight
totally
street
agree
gang.
with that.
I just imagine, oh, can you give us all our money? No. Well, perhaps we could break that for you and give you some change. You dropped your bag. Here, let me get that for you. So sorry. That's not too much trouble. Can we have your watch?
There's a very small part of me, and it is only I'd say about 6.8% as a rough guess.
Oh, I thought you were going with inches.
Actually wants you to get mugged by an Isle of Wight street gang just to show you how different it would be from that particular reenactment.
You say that when I moved down, because I used to live just outside of London in a place called Essex, and when I moved down to the Isle of Wight, eventually neighbours came to me and they said, someone came over and said, oh, we saw you moved in. You're not from the Isle of Wight originally, are you? And I said, no. They said, yeah, you were locking your car. And I was like, well, yeah, of course. And that was kind of where I live on the Isle of Wight. That was kind of their attitude to it.
Yeah. There is still, I know this sounds weird in this day and age, there are still parts of the island where people will go out and leave their front door unlocked because they know no one is going to come and break into their house.
I was driving down I-95, which is the main highway down the eastern portion of the United States, and somewhere in the south, possibly South Carolina or Georgia, I got out, and like all gas pumps in the U.S., it says pay before pumping, and I went in to give them money, and they're like staring at me like, what do you need? I'm like, here's money. They're like, you haven't got any gas. I'm like, it said pay before pumping, and they're like, oh, you're not from around here, are you?
Yes.
No, I'm not. Did the fact that I didn't say y'all give it away or what? So
Ooh, racist you.
that's not.
Yeah,
See, you guys have.
I mean,
in America, if it's race, it's some kind of ethnic background. You guys are like, well, that side of the island. I don't mean to be racist, but those other white people are
Greg's perfectly right. I live in Ryde. I mean, we are basically the spittoon of the island.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was a bit peeved that Travis came all the way to the Isle of Wight, Kevin. He came over to the Isle of Wight earlier this year, and you took him round, and you didn't show him any of the beautiful places over my side. I've said to Travis, next time he comes to the island, I'm going to say this on air, so I'm already committed now. Next time you come to the Isle of Wight, Travis, you'll kind of come and stay with us. We'll show you the nice bit of the Isle of Wight.
Oh, speaking
Absolutely.
of forcing
we
Kevin
planned
into
on
your
coming out
life,
there.
I don't know if he was. If we show up with him at your wedding, is that going to be okay?
I'm not going to answer that one. I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
What makes you think I have any say whatsoever over the guest list at my wedding, Travis? Do you not know how this works?
Your name was on the invitation. No, I don't know how these things
That means
work.
nothing.
In whose
I'm a
handwriting,
married
Travis?
man,
In
that
whose
means
handwriting?
Nothing at all.
I
It
thought
was
it was.
printed on a computer.
I was about to say it was printed on a computer. Nobody's handwriting.
It doesn't matter who's invited. It matters who's invited them.
I'm invited.
So who invited us?
I'm pretty sure I invited you.
Okay, just checking. Is that okay? Did you check? Wait,
I checked.
did you invite both of us, or did Flick invite Andrea and you invited me?
I think we both invited both of you, actually. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, because I don't know when she's going to listen to this podcast. But I know one day I'm going to come home, and I'm going to get it in the neck.
Well done, Travis.
You're welcome.
Oh dear.
I agree.
Indeed.
So fire juggling, eh?
Yes. Yeah. Let's go back to the topic.
If we run out of
Apparently, there's this vague rumor we're supposed to have a topic tonight.
Well, if we run out of like fire eating and juggling stuff, there is the whole generalized topic of dangerous self-destructive hobbies and careers, which Ian earlier mentioned. You know, firefighter, police, stunt car driver, and a few other things.
Well, I mean, what we're going into there is we're going into a completely different world because I think, and you know, I'm an entertainer. This is my job, and one of the things you hear, one of the old adages, is the show must go on. And I was listening to someone recently, and they were saying the only reason we have to have the saying "the show must go on" is because there's absolutely no reason whatsoever why the show must go on unless we've got a saying that says it. When I do the dangerous stuff I do in my job, I'm doing it to entertain people. There is absolutely, I think that's entirely different from somebody who has a career like police officer, firefighter, someone else like that who's doing it for a deliberate purpose. You know, that's not just going out and putting yourself in danger just for the sheer hell of it.
Oh no, I've known some cops and firefighters. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It shouldn't be for that reason.
I get what Greg's trying to say, though. The main intrinsic reason of why you do that job, when you do something that's dangerous as a profession, like, for example, being a police officer or a firefighter, you accept that as part of the job. When you do something that's dangerous, like fire performance, you do everything that you can do not to be dangerous.
Yeah, and you guys don't get, like, free coffee and donuts either, do you?
No, in fact, to be honest... and I'm sure Greg's experienced this far more than I have because he performs publicly a lot more than I do. But people do have this tendency to view you as the entertainment, and I'm doing air quotes for people who can't see us on Twitch. That they seem to think that you work for a pittance, that you care about things like exposure. Yeah, every artist loves that word.
I want exposure for publicly performing. It's going to be when I write your name on the wall and you're in.
Exposure, I will charge you extra because when I expose myself, it's worth paying for. But yeah, you kind of get a lot of that dismissive attitude in a sense. You know that you're not intrinsic to our event. You're just a performer. Yes, Travis.
If I can, Andrea, are you okay? Is the Frosty talking to you?
Fine.
do you feel all right?
Shut up, Kato. Tell them what I'm doing. I'm fine, and no, I'm not telling them what you're doing. Anyway, yes.
We can't hear anything buzzing.
No, you can't just say that. Not just us, but every listener for the show now wants to know what Kato's doing.
But you can turn the camera.
Oh no, we'd get thrown off of Twitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kato is wearing nothing but her necklace and doing selfie pics. I don't know what she's doing. It's right there.
See.
Is this with her bowl of lube?
But you guys have my Facebook. You can send me pictures.
Her bowl of lube is somewhere over there. Dang it.
Are there rubber sheets on the bed? Because if we hear like, whoop, ah! Well,
like a slip and slide.
Yeah, you guys did the fire noise. Can you do the lube sliding off the rubber sheet noise for us now? Greg, we'll start with you this time.
Oh, I don't know if I can still do this. I don't think it's going to come across on the mic now.
I can do it. I can do that. Like a fucking convention of whatever that crazy is. Okay, Kevin.
I've never wished you could high five through a Skype more.
For those of you who are just joining us, due to us joining iHeartRadio recently, welcome to Talk of the Tavern. This is what you can expect.
Hey, we're not even to the third hour.
Just wait for the third hour.
Oh dear.
Oh.
So, and I look over at the Twitch channel.
Jake from State Farm is listening.
Oh, very good. Kevin, can you make the lubed up chick flying off the rubber sheets of the bed noise, please?
One more time, okay.
No, wait. You can't do that. He made that noise.
Okay.
You got to make a different noise. Greg made that noise.
I've got to make a different noise to that.
Yeah, no
Okay,
pressure.
hang on.
Now I'm just imagining that noise followed by the Wile E. Coyote shaved down with his little yikes sign on a wah hoo 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 hoo.
Oh.
So, speaking of dangerous careers or hobbies,
Shout out to Cardeezy.
Shout out to Cardeezy.
Speaking of dangerous careers and hobbies,
she got the car out easy. She put a car in it.
Well, yeah, make that noise. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just gonna watch the
So,
Twitch channel for a minute.
I am drinking now. I don't usually drink bourbon, but what is this, Kato? Blanton's.
How is it?
Bourbon.
Kentucky bourbon. It's all right.
It's good. Yeah.
Did you ice it or you taking it straight?
Just neat. This is how she drinks it, and I took her drink.
So it's okay for you?
It's all right. It's not very good after a Frosty, but it's okay.
So you ate a Frosty.
Milk and bourbon.
That's where I was thinking. Well, there's no milk in a Frosty.
There's no milk of any kind in that thing.
No. There's
It's all chemicals.
hydrogenated soybean oil, high fructose corn syrup, and
Yuck.
chocolate syrup with no real chocolate in it.
And bourbon. Anyway.
You put bourbon in your Frosty now?
No, it's just after. Whatever.
I like the
makes me wonder-
dinosaur picture with the spaceman.
He said, "Oh no, it's Frosty in the stomach."
Wow, there was a dinosaur on the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamin
Is that what
posted
it came from?
a dinosaur. So
Oh, Kevin lost his head.
he what?
Indeed.
What?
Breathing fire, his head's gone, you know, it happens. I'm looking on Facebook now.
Yeah, he's not getting head.
No, not at all.
Or-
Not with a big one like that.
Oh. Do we still have people on Twitch?
Yeah, we got people on Twitch. We're full of people on Twitch. There's
Hey, Twitch.
us and a couple
There's
of
a lot of twitching going on.
Matricula's still there. And then somebody else who's been quiet, so out of courtesy, I'm not saying their name. So there we go.
Ooh.
Is it me?
Oh, no. But yeah, it could have been.
Hello, you.
You're not on Twitch. No,
I am now.
it's just rude to call them out.
It's a commercial.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, you talk to us, damn it.
It's kind of like with you guys having done public performances before. When you're looking for a volunteer from the audience, there are certain people you avoid. Because either A, they're too eager, or they're not eager at all. You know,
Yeah. To be honest, if it's a choice between the two, always avoid the one who is way too eager.
yes.
Unless they're
I saw a
buying the
beautiful
drink.
thing the other day. I work at a hotel in a castle, a small castle. And we had a wedding on, and there was a magician hired for the reception. And one of the guys at the reception was a fan of magic and was just learning to do some sort of semi-professional magic stuff himself. And as the magician was going around the tables doing his sort of close-up magic as he'd been hired to do, this guy was following them around the reception going, "Oh, hey, that's a variation on so-and-so, and I've seen that, you do this and that," basically ruining the guy's every trick as he went around the tables at the reception. And I watched this magician, 10 out of 10 to the guy, he kept it together all the way through, but I could literally watch him from table to table, slowly growing redder and redder, and the urge to punch this guy in the face getting stronger and stronger. Yeah, definitely not a cool thing to do.
You see, that's why I went for juggling over magic when I kind of decided what I was going to focus on, because all anyone can stand there and say then is, "Are you just throwing it up and catching it and throw?" You know, you can't ruin a juggling trick by explaining what's going on.
It is what it is, yeah.
Although the more you do explain it, the less sense it makes. Yeah. I have actually juggled on the radio several times. It's amazing how many radio presenters, if they come over and interview. I did it just last week. I had BBC Radio come over and interview me at one of my shows.
Did you really?
Oh, can
Congratulations.
Can we do a bit where you're going to juggle on the radio? And you're sitting there going, well, what?
They think they're clever. They're like, nobody has ever thought of this. Well, only every radio. I feel like you're hinting that we should ask you if you have your balls in your hand. We're just waiting for this to happen here.
Well, I do, but that was only because I thought the camera was going to get panned around a minute ago. Oh, speaking of doing dangerous hobbies, yeah, seriously, my fiance is going to listen to this tomorrow. But yeah, it's one of those things. I always get amazed the things they would, because my answer is always, well, are you just going to describe what I'm juggling? Yes. Well, in that case, I'm juggling 15 knives. You know, if you're just going to describe it, why not describe something I can't do? It's
venomous serpents and unvaccinated children together. That's good stuff. Armando. Heroes of the Storm. Hey, let's go into a song. We got, what do we got next? Oh, see, it relates perfectly. Here's Katy Perry with Firework. We'll be right back to wrap up the topic. I love the video because sparks shoot out of her nipples. Fucking awesome. Be back.
Okay.
It's true. Yeah, go pull up the video of Katy Perry Firework. She's like on top of a building talking about how proud she is and how she's going to fight for her rights and do what's right. And then there's like sparks flying out of her nipples everywhere. It's a good time. It's like Mom used to make.
Woohoo.
Okay.
Good old sparky nipple chick. You know the one. Every time we get quiet like this, I feel like announcing like it's a golf game. And the 5 of them are sitting, waiting, lightly chuckling. Price is wrong, bitch.
Captain Gilmore, when are we going to have Adam Sandler on the show?
Well, Greg's been on BBC Radio, which is bigger than iHeartRadio, so I guess he has to get Adam to call me.
That's fine. He can do that, right?
Yeah. I'll just give him a call.
Yeah.
And Weird Al, please.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, that'd be cool. He could juggle on the radio. That'd be all right.
He's got a great radio voice.
Does he? I just imagine having these people on the show and having to explain to them how the humor is going to go. Like when we had Professor Elemental, and as we went into the break for This Week in History, he's like, oh, when you explained everything in the beginning, I didn't think it was going to get this down filthy. I'm like, yes, we told you. He's like, I didn't believe you.
Was he offended by it? Or, I mean...
No, I think he was just genuinely surprised that, yeah, no, we went there and we frolicked there and we ordered pizza while we were there.
Yeah.
Greg is like doing creepy face on the camera.
Do you reckon we could get him again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon we should totally do that.
Why?
Because he's still very relevant.
Oh. Yeah, we could do that.
What?
It'd be good for the show, I think. That's a
hurt?
big name. If he's been on before and you can get him back, he's a widely recognised name. It wouldn't hurt the show's public credibility at all.
Well, it's just like
from a very shallow point of view.
Just like Gail Carriger, we could get her on again too.
She's so fun. I like her.
I like her more now that you read her books, and she's a nice person too, right?
Well, I met her before I read her books, and her books are great. I don't like romance crap. Hers has a story with romance in it.
Oh, I thought you said you don't like a man's crack.
No, romance crap.
Yeah.
No, it's good though.
Sorry, you were sitting in Colorado, very far away from your microphone. I didn't hear.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I heard it now.
Now.
Yeah.
How do you get a picture on Twitch? Because none of my pictures will fit on there. They're all too big.
You mean like a profile picture?
Yeah.
I have the same problem.
I know.
Oh, you
right?
people in your huge pictures fucking bragging about it and shit. You get a smaller picture. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah. You on your on your picture editing software, go up to Tools, Resize. You're welcome. And we're back to wrap up the topic.
Is it third hour yet?
Almost.
10 minutes.
So close.
Okay.
I think it's been third hour for about half an hour now.
It has, or maybe 2 hours. It's hard to say. I got a wee again.
Why didn't you go during the break? That's what it's for.
You were like, just wouldn't stop talking. I had to listen and hang on your every word.
Like you should.
You're welcome. So, closing thoughts. Ed?
None.
I don't think you've spoken until just now.
Oh yeah, I have.
Closing thoughts for what?
The topic. We're wrapping up the
topic.
Oh, just put it out.
Drink some more.
What?
Stop, drop, and roll.
What are we putting out?
I've got one saying when it comes to what I do when I go out for a fire performance, and that is go big or go home. Once you've made sure that you're safe and the public are safe, throw everything into it. There's no point in going out and being half-hearted about something like playing with fire. Nobody wants to go out and see you produce something that's twice the size of their hob on their cooker at home. You know, once you've got the security and the safety side of it locked down, throw everything you've got at it. Because people really like to see a spectacle. When you're talking about something that's outside the box, outside of the thing that people normally associate with entertainment, you really need to throw everything you've got at it and really sort of sell it to the public.
And I think the one thing I'd sort of add is that you can't beat... Fire is one of those things that keeps entertainment live. There's so much stuff these days you can replicate on television, but actually being there, seeing the fire and being in the audience and being able to, as we said earlier, hear that crackle, but also feel the heat of the flames.
Feel the heat, yeah.
You can never experience fire juggling on, you know, America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent or anything else like that in the same way you're going to do standing there seeing someone juggling fire 6 foot in front of you, 10 foot in front of you.
Terrace.
Yeah, that's it. Landing it in your head.
It's not
Absolutely,
the same on
yeah.
TV. It just hits the cameraman who comes running screaming around. Andrea, your final thoughts on it, and why don't you just go ahead and you can take the last 8 minutes here and tell us about your fire spinning experience.
I have 8 minutes.
All for you, baby.
Well, I haven't. I've only done it a little bit.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Shut up, Kato. Because I'm not like Kevin or Greg. I'm not really.
Penis?
I do, but I keep it in the drawer. That's for another show. No, I mean I haven't
With Google eyes.
played with fire very much to where I'm comfortable on knowing everything that I need to know to perform properly. So it's only when I'm in a group of people.
She lights
that know
6
what
on
they're doing.
fires in. Oh, no.
Yeah. With other people that have their own equipment, I'm not going to invest in it. I like to do it for fun. So when people give me a chance.
I'll bring my own equipment. It's okay.
Yeah. It'll be on fire. Well, no, that's bad.
Then I'll light it on
Bring
fire.
that.
Okay,
I don't-
7 more minutes.
No
Is
pressure.
it the third hour? I have a question.
Hold on.
I can't.
The pressure is too much.
Make it longer.
You sure that's a good idea for Ed?
Add some fat to it.
Neither
Remember,
of those things is
Kill.
ever applicable in Ed's case.
You can either make it longer or wider, but don't do both at the same time. We've learnt that tonight.
this is not my show, so next.
You're supposed to be the top three here. Ed and I were going to sit back, relax.
I'm going to be honest.
I make the banners. I had fire pictures. I put them on there. There you go.
Somebody
I
posted
completely forgot I was supposed to be talking about fire because I've just spent a whole night just keep re-photoshopping this photograph of Travis as the mermaid.
Honestly, if anyone hasn't seen it, refresh your event page. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in the world. I might actually make it my cover photo.
That explains why you took your pants off, Greg. The water's not spraying up yet. Well, I guess it is a little bit over there.
What are you doing? Is there more pictures of you as a mermaid?
Yes, sir.
Can I just say, by the way, Rachel Drew has joined us again tonight. Can I just say, because she missed me so much last week, apparently, and I'm sorry, Rachel, I was ill. I apologise for denying you your weekly access to me. So can I just say, hello, Rachel.
She can't hear you.
I also like the fact that we've gone from a picture of a dinosaur on the moon to a video of a dinosaur on the moon at this point in time on the Facebook page as well.
Oh, technology is amazing, isn't it? God bless you, Jammin, and not just for that post, but for being here every week and amusing us.
So yeah, and it's a velociraptor, and it moseys. It's a moseying velociraptor. Bit of a saunter. Feel like he's got to poop the way he's leaning forward. Oh, that's the end of the video. I think he probably did poop, and that's why they had to clip it there.
Nope.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, sorry, Andrew.
Dinosaur.
We totally derailed there. You have 4 more minutes. Go.
Oh, that's okay. It's the third hour, right?
Yeah, let's go into the third hour. Let's do another song. Oh, Ed, you know this next band that I'm going to play. Here's Fire Dance from Clan and Drumma. You're familiar with it? Yeah, okay. Make sure it's it. Got my so Ren Fair's right.
Good tune.
So we'll be back. We'll do the intro for that. It is a 5.5 minute song, so if anybody needs to go to the grocery stores or clean their floors or anything, have some time.
The pressure.
And if we get bored, I mean, it's Clan and Drumma is bagpipes and drums.
Oh.
Yes, it's pipe and fife. So at any point in time, we could just cut that song and come back.
But you could.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, you could not, and I can go and urinate.
Well, we're probably all going to do that. It seems to be high fashion.
All of us simultaneously.
It's one of those 5-minute songs. You've got to take the opportunity while it's there, haven't you?
Right. For people on Twitch, you're about to witness a multiple transatlantic urination. Ready on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, no. I'm not going.
Andrea, keep everybody entertained. You have 5 minutes.
I'm not going to juggle.
Not anything on fire, at least. Why is he going out the front door? Oh my god. Was he like peeing out front?
Yes.
Look, I'm dressed like Steve Irwin today. Crikey. I see an Andrea. She's a dangerous one. Watch when I touch her belly.
You get punched.
Okay, just do that for 5 minutes. I'll be back.
They left me all alone.
Jake says he's digging the bagpipes. What bagpipes?
That's the song. We don't hear the song. Because we're on Twitch, and behind the scenes, you don't hear the song.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't get to see us. Hi, Jake from State Farm, in case you watch this later. What are you wearing?
Khaki.
Khaki. Yeah. So they left me by myself.
Alark went to bed.
Okay, Kevin, it's your turn to entertain everybody on Twitch. And go.
Hang on, I turned you down by accident. Say that again.
It's your turn to entertain everyone on Twitch. And go.
Yeah, so this is happening. We've got Ed's legs back on the show.
Just don't show your nipple. It's all good. Put the tassels on. Kevin Cleavage.
Flaming tassels.
That would be cool. Oh my goodness.
Are we back yet?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
50
You tell
seconds.
us.
I can skip the last 36 seconds if you guys want me to.
Jake
Keep
from
everybody.
State Farm likes the back. Jake,
Mm-hmm.
who is it we're playing?
Who knows?
Clan and Drummer.
Clan and Drummer?
mm-hmm.
Well, it's actually Drummer, but yes.
Clan and Drummer.
Very good. Okay,
Yeah,
5 seconds.
okay.
Here we come. Ready?
4,
Everybody ready?
3,
Here we are.
2.
We're coming back.
What?
Okay. And that was...
And
We're back. Hold on, I'm talking over here. Shh.
Oh, shh.
Oh, no, he didn't. He shushed out.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so that was Clan and Drummer playing some Fire Dance. Drummer. You know, when they're not playing Fire Dance, they're playing Heroes of the Storm!
Big up Matricula. How you doing, Joanna?
Did she post something new? Is my Twitch not renewing?
No.
Oh, there it is.
No. That's an in-joke between me and her.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind you.
yeah.
Joanna does that pegging thing, right?
What is pegging?
Generally, it's when the woman wears a strap on and has anal sex with the man.
Yes!
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yes. Kato's very excited about this.
Sergeant Pish
We're in the
was
third
very
hour,
excited
right?
that you're alone. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, when Kato went to the store today, she picked up something to do that.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
So now she's going to
What, a man?
Is it a one? Step one.
No, she got that previous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so what is British Spider-Man?
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will read it. I think
Greg, do
easy
you
way.
want to take this one or shall I?
I'm going to read it directly from Urban Dictionary because I think that's the easiest way to handle this.
Yes, the man who's prepared for this. I like it.
Oh yeah, I looked at yeah. So the Spider-Man, while taking your sexual partner from behind, you proceed to ejaculate into your palm. When your partner turns around for post-sex cuddling, you throw your semen-filled hand forwards, releasing its contents onto your partner's face while screaming, "Spider-Man."
Oh, no. Not the face.
That's so disrespectful.
You know how hard that is to get it out of context. Oh my god.
I love the fact that you've been waiting this long to find that out. Can I add into that as well my favourite, which is the rodeo?
Yeah.
The rodeo, for those who are uninitiated, is... Ed's laughing. Have you heard this one, Ed? Yeah. Ed's a man of the
like a
world.
rodeo.
The rodeo is where you mount your missus or your girlfriend from behind.
Or your boyfriend.
Up against her, you shout out her sister's name and see how long you can hang on.
Oh.
Especially if you don't have a sister.
Don't shout out the dog's name. Never works out well.
No.
You found that out the hard way, didn't you?
You want to go for the hardcore version, you can use her mother's name.
Nice.
Or her father's. Sorry, you look alike from this side.
Good evening, this is Talk of the Tavern. Welcome to the third hour.
That's just like your dad likes it.
This is where I'm surprised. I'm just surprised that these things aren't transatlantic. I assumed Spider-Man was Spider-Man all over the world. I didn't know that was such a British thing.
I live a sheltered life. Anyway.
I have barbecue
So,
potato
tomorrow
chips.
night, Spider-Man? What? What is that face?
I got BBQ
It's a
chips.
bonus for anyone watching on Twitch.
So is the crunchy, noisy potato chips. Yeah, tomorrow night, Spider-Man. You want to do it in Tappahannock or in Gloucester?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you want to involve the kids?
I don't know if I want to do it twice in the same night. It gets boring.
with some freaky shit.
I'll bring my son if you bring yours.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, so nobody gets confused, why don't we call it Spider-Man Homecoming?
Is that another description for when Spider-Man masturbates?
At home. Didn't say
Aunt
who
May, Aunt May not.
Oh,
Oh, too far.
not yet.
So Jen's leaving, and I noticed in her purse she has a copy of my kid's book. No, my bunny is a zombie. Just so everybody knows, my son is actually in the store with me right now.
So not his book.
Hey,
his
Aiden.
book.
Not his book, the children's book I wrote. I felt the
I just did
Spider-Man Homecoming was a great segue to talk about my children's book.
I don't know about it. Stop.
Anyone who's not watching the show on Twitch right now is missing out.
You should be. Wow. So tell us about your book.
Jen has it in her purse. I don't know why a full-grown woman would be walking around with a copy of my kid's book at 10 o'clock
Whatever.
at night. Well,
It is the third hour, so you never know.
going to pick up some kids. Book about a bunny. Get in the car. The guy who wrote it was just talking about Spider-Man Homecoming. Want to meet him?
Oh, Lord.
So earlier this week, 2 weeks or whatever after doing the government surveillance show, where we had some odd things happen, Andrea and I are sitting in the living room. And this past week, we've had some internet issues, so we haven't had internet. So I turned the router off, because if you're not getting a signal, why bother running? So, okay. We're watching something on TV, and suddenly I look at my phone and go, hey, there's a Wi-Fi network available. Direct 46, and I'm looking at my phone, and it's like full bars.
Tap into it.
A few times since I moved in, we've caught the neighbor's Wi-Fi signal, but it's always like, it's barely there. Full bars, direct 46. I live in the middle of 2 acres of land. And then there's
cows.
Yeah, then there's a bunch of land before my neighbor's house, so there's nothing close by. I'm like, wait a minute. Cool that there's a signal. Where the hell is it coming from? And then we couldn't get in anyway. We're trying like different passwords. It's not working.
This was right after the government surveillance show.
So we're like, maybe they're listening. Maybe they have
But
a
it's
helicopter.
just a coincidence.
Well, we looked for it. It was only there about 15, 20 minutes, and then it disappears. We like get up to go to the bathroom, come back, check it, and it's gone. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? This is weird. So I think it was last night before.
Just while the van was parked near your house.
There we are sitting in the living room, and now since we don't have internet signal this week, Andrew has been downloading Netflix to her phone. And then we screen mirror it, so share it to the TV from her phone. It's a way we can watch stuff. And there she is, setting up the next episode of Santa Clarita Diet, which is really amusing. Drew Barrymore is adorable. Fucking funny. Go watch it. Ed, you have Netflix. Really, just watch the first episode. It'll be good enough. But, yeah, she's like, oh, look. Direct 46 is back. It's coming from my phone. It's the Wi-Fi signal instead of Bluetooth since it's an older phone. And that's how it connects to the TV. So
that's a shame. For a second there, I thought we had government surveillance and someone was actually listening to this.
I know, right?
Oh my!
In which case, fuck you guys.
Trump is my biggest fan. Sodar just arrived.
For how long have we? For how long we've been saying now that we are Trump's favorite demographic? Are we not? This show, surely.
Especially if we go through all the iterations of the show.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Look at the full. I mean, we've had Jewish women and Mexican guys and Puerto Ricans and. Have we had a Muslim on the show? I think we have. Definitely had Mexican and Chinese.
Muslim spiders.
We have had Muslim spiders. Actually, I'm betting with one of the guests. You know, if we count all the guests that have been on the show, we've probably hit almost everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that's how we roll.
Oh. Okay. So it's the third hour. Everybody's all excited about the third hour.
Oh, absolutely.
So why? What the fuck's supposed to be happening right now that I'm not doing?
I already found out about Spider-Man. I'm good. How are you?
She's like, I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.
For those of you who don't get Twitch, we said way earlier in the show that we would discuss the Spider-Man, but only in the third hour. So, how do you feel now that you've learned what it is? I'm curious.
Oh, I didn't know there was a name for it.
She thought it was just something I did when people came to visit.
I'm not unfamiliar with it. I just didn't realize it was called by that name. I like that.
Oh, you're Mormon? You want to tell me about Jesus? Come in. Spider-Man!
I mean, the important thing is to make sure you get the correct superhero. Because if you get to that point and you go, Wolverine, it just doesn't work the same at all.
Then you've got to stab him.
What's Wolverine?
Did you say boogerine?
Wolverine.
So
What
like
is Wolverine?
Wolverine's disgusting nephew. Look out, it's Boogerine.
Ew. You
So-
broke Kato.
Andrew would like to invent a new Urban Dictionary sexual innuendo thing called the Wolverine. What do you think it should be, guys?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Oh.
Ed's smiling. What do you got, Ed? No. Ed's not smiling. He just wants to hear what everybody else is saying. Okay. What do you Isle of White boys got?
Wow, for a Wolverine.
I'm not coming up with anything original. I have an idea, but I'm just thinking three
Yeah.
small dildos stuck between the fingers or something, you know. You can get all three holes at once.
I'm not coming up with anything original.
It's not very creative. It's kind of, obvious.
It's not original. We've all done it.
I poked a badger with a spoon. That's original. 7 Hail Marys and get the hell out.
And the problem with your variation is that requires a lot of preparation, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah, spoons.
Well,
You need to find a badger first.
I was
We
actually
don't
quoting
need a
Eddie
stinking
Izzard
guy.
with the original sin, where priests want original sin, and that's a lot of pressure. Oh, I had sex with the neighbor's wife. Nope, heard it. Cooked a badger with a spoon. Oh, that's original. So, okay. What would you guys do with the Wolverine? Oh, you know what? Here's better than the 3 dildos sticking out of your fingers and punching him in the face with it. Hold on, I'll get a
What?
mental picture. How about you jizz in your hands and then you grab her hair and do it in the Wolverine hairstyle real quick?
Oh my gosh.
Don't touch my hair.
And for the first time tonight, hello, Katie.
Okay, I've come up with 2. What do you guys got?
Andrew's just
No,
like,
but-
don't touch my hair, don't throw jizz in my face. I mean, what can they do to you then?
I assume it's
What
when
is that?
you are. I assume it's when you're so bad that every single memory before that point in time is completely lost. Is that not a Wolverine?
No, that's
Okay.
called assault.
Or pepper.
And it creates that memory thing that I can't remember what it's called.
There is no
That thing,
definition
yeah.
in here for.
What? Urban Dictionary has the Wolverine?
There isn't one in
Start
Urban
typing.
Dictionary.
Jizz in the
Yeah,
hair
we
or
need to
3
come up with
dildos to the
this.
face.
3 dildos to the face. You want to test that out?
Only have, yeah, I have 3.
She just bought new ones. So she's good.
Are they small enough to fit in her fingers so she could punch somebody in the face with them?
If I punch somebody in the face, it's probably gonna hurt.
You have a double one though, right?
Well, that would
Yeah,
create the
the
memory
right.
loss that I can't remember what it's called.
Amnesia?
Sounds familiar. What was it called? Anyhow, hey, let's go into a song. Kevin left. When we come back, we'll act like we're not in a song and tell Kevin he's got to talk about something. Somebody come up with something. Here's Fire in the Hole, which is,
Ah,
speaking of Kevin,
that's a Wolverine.
You can get a cream for that.
Oh. We need to come up with a term for Urban Dictionary called the Talk of the Tavern.
or the Hot Toddy.
The Talk of the Tavern.
The top.
Why don't we just enter the actual definition? With sarcasm, pub-like atmosphere. Your
Whatever.
weekly online geek con.
Okay, Wolverine. 3 dildos.
Getting smacked.
2.
Place
Getting
between the knuckles.
or
and
smacked.
fingers.
Smacked by 3 dildos in the face. That's a 3 dildo mic check.
All right.
Just like a
Getting smacked 2.
getting smacked in the face with 3 dildos.
Oh my God. And yeah. Oh.
Yeah, type faster. Hi, I'm Hitler. Too
Getting
soon?
smacked in the face with 3 dildos during.
Church. Wait, camping. What else does
Sexual
Wolverine?
intercourse during church. Yes?
I think that'd be called the altar boy.
It's the choir boy.
Oh, it could be while listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Andrea's just gonna make up like 20 Urban Dictionary things with while listening or watching Talk of the Tavern on Twitch and iHeartRadio, bitches. Andrew, what was it you wanted Kevin talked about?
Mm-hmm.
Say
Oh,
what?
fire in the hole.
I'm sorry, say what?
Fire in the
Fire in
hole.
whose hole?
What?
Fire in whose hole?
Somebody's. Oh, you know what Wolverine is? Getting smacked in the face with 3 dildos during sexual intercourse while listening to Talk of the Tavern on Twitch or iHeartRadio.
Nice. I love that. I defy anyone to come up with a better definition.
Oh, we have to use it.
We have a second definition.
Hold on.
Andrew's going to enter a second definition for it, too. When you answer the door when a Mormon knocks and you have your hand full of jizz and you style their hair quickly. And I'll listen to Talk of the Tavern on iHeartRadio at Twitch.
What? No. What was it? What's the second definition?
When a Mormon knocks on your door, or Jehovah's Witness.
I spell Jehovah. J-A-H.
Jevo. Yes.
Can I interrupt at this point and tell you a true story?
Sure.
So, I used to live in a small community on the island called Binstead.
And they come to the door and what?
Well, every time the Jehovah's Witnesses came around the local neighbourhood, they would travel the same route. And they would come to my grandmother's house before they came to ours. And so she would ring us on the telephone and say, look out, the Jehovah's are on the way round. And normally you just meet them at the door and say, we're not interested, and off they go. But my dad is the kind of person who occasionally gets these grumpy moods where he gets really annoyed with people who waste his time. And so she rang him one day and said the Jehovah's on their way around, and we just had our curtains from the lounge dry cleaned, and they dropped them off that morning, and they were big black velvet curtains, about 9 foot long. So he draped one around his shoulders like a big black cloak. And when they rang the doorbell, they opened the front door, and they said something along the lines of, hello, we're from Jehovah's Witness, we'd like to talk to you about introducing Jesus into your life.
And for those of you just joining us after the music, we're in the middle of a Kevin story. Go on.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Anyway, my dad's wearing this big black curtain, like a cape. The Jehovah's Witnesses at the front door. I'd like to introduce you to the light of Jesus. My dad says, well, I'm sorry, my name is Bathsheba, and I'm the head of the local Satanists coven. So I'm afraid, unfortunately, I can't join your religion because our points of view cross. However, I do have a warm cup of goat's blood on the stove if you'd like to pop in and stay for a chat about our different theologies. And funnily enough, from that day forward, my dad's never been bothered by the Jehovah's Witnesses ever again.
You know, I think the last time you told this story, we were sitting on your couch in your living room on Talk of the Tavern. Mm-hmm. Greg, does this story sound familiar to you?
I don't know.
This does sound familiar to me, yeah. I think we did tell this on a previous episode.
Greg just brings out the Satanist in your family.
Absolutely.
Oh,
hi, Dad.
And we're back from the song, by the way.
Yeah, we guessed.
So, when a Mormon or a Jehovah's Witness knocks on your door, and you answer it naked with a handful of jizz, and style their hair like Wolverines.
Okay.
Answer, as in present.
Answer it. Handful of.
Well,
does it have to be yours?
What?
Does it have to be yours, or can it be someone else's?
Just a handful of jizz.
Yeah, no, anybody's jizz. Yeah, you could have 15 guys behind you that jizzed in your hands.
I can.
Well, I have confidence in your abilities to attract that many men that will jizz in your hands. Yes, absolutely, you can. I don't think I could get more than 2 or 3.
And if you're joining us for the first time tonight from iHeartRadio, good evening. Welcome to Talk of the Tavern.
Thank God I hung that note up.
Absolutely.
Did you get it? Not the handful of jizz, the definition.
When a Mormon or Jehovah's Witness comes to the door...
You can't use the word comes right there. That probably wouldn't be best.
While you And it should be and you answer it.
Well, listen, Talk of the Tavern.
And you answer it with a handful of jizz and style their hair in the style in the style of Wolverines. What?
Yeah. Or something about Mary.
Whatever. While listening to Talk of the Tavern.
On Twitch or iHeartRadio.
So they're visiting like between the hours of 8 and 11.
Or watching the video archive on YouTube. Go and add that in.
Okay.
Ooh, and wearing slippers.
And wearing slippers.
Because why not?
Well, you're not an animal.
Okay, we need a sentence.
Do we? I totally pulled a Wolverine on the Elder before I converted to Mormonism. See, if it was a Catholic at the door, it would have been the priest doing the Wolverine to the other person.
I totally pulled a Wolverine on the Elder before converting. What?
Moments before converting to Mormonism.
Okay.
And getting a new pair of slippers.
While wearing slippers. Okay.
Wow, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
No,
I'm going to submit it.
Did you get the third one?
What?
We didn't have a third
You
definition.
only need
for the
two
Wolverine?
sentences.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you want another definition?
Sure. What is it?
What? Never mind. I don't know. I'm going to submit this. Okay. The new definition of Wolverine that I'm submitting to Urban Dictionary. Getting smacked in the face with 3 dildos during sexual intercourse while listening to Talk of the Tavern on Twitch or iHeartRadio. Or...
Can you tag him in that? Can you put the @ iHeartRadio and see if it'll tag him?
Right.
No, but I could do brackets.
There we
and then
go.
I'll do it.
All right, that's good. It's always good to link back.
Okay.
Don't forget to bracket Talk of the Tavern. We're the actual important one.
I'm going to do that too. Gosh. You're demanding.
Banana?
Yes.
Well, hello.
Hey, Banana. How you doing? Oh, by the way, Fire in the Hole was by Ghost Fire. Double Fire reference.
Okay. Second definition of Wolverine. When a Mormon or Jehovah's Witness comes to the door and you answer it with a handful of jizz and style their hair in the style of Wolverines while listening to Talk of the Tavern on Twitch or iHeartRadio and wearing slippers.
I learned that from my mother.
Okay, I had to use it in a sentence, so we got two sentences.
Hey, can we do
She got a
Captain Marvel
Wolverine-
next?
Huh?
Can we do Captain Marvel next?
After I submit this, one thing at a time. Oh my god.
I don't mean the definition, I mean do Captain Marvel.
Yeah, after this.
Okay, go on.
Let me submit this and then yes. Alright, now,
Shazam.
sentence. She got a Wolverine mic check last night. And the other sentence, I totally pulled a Wolverine on the Elder before almost converting to Mormon while wearing a new pair of slippers.
Mormonism.
Ism?
Ism.
Oh, yeah, you got to make sure it's correct when you're filling in your fake Urban Dictionary definition. That's important. That's important. You get it. No typos.
Oh my god.
And by the way,
So does that sound good?
Captain Marvel is the first female-led Marvel superhero movie. It's a woman.
What? If it's female led, I hope it is.
Yeah.
A woman.
Though they did call Shazam Captain Marvel in DC for a while. but they are coming out with a Shazam movie also, and Dwayne Johnson will be playing Black Adam.
Yeah, I love him.
Okay.
Good job.
Is it what?
Is that it? Are we?
What is with this face? Did he freeze?
What?
Which one of us?
Yes.
All of us.
Kevin froze.
Did I?
You did.
Hmm.
Am I still frozen now?
You can thaw him out.
Yeah, I can.
Ow.
All right, we're gonna submit this. See what happens.
Okay. You have 8 more minutes. Stretch it out, Andrea.
You told me not to do that last night.
That shit hurts.
Quit stretching.
Why do you have a rolling pin? Oh. Ed, did you play many video games in the 80s?
Negative.
Not at the arcade or anything?
What arcade?
I don't know. Those are here in Front Royal.
I grew up. I wasn't even in Front Royal. I was in farm country.
If Front Royal is not farm country?
Not where I grew up was not even in Front Royal.
Oh. I look at Front
I
Royal.
grew up in a little town with population 200.
Oh.
No arcade.
Not a lot of fucking in that town, is there?
And I had to have a name to submit it, and I put talkathetavern.com.
Cool.
Talk about promotion.
There we go.
All right. Anyway, I'm done.
You want to go make up the Wikipedia page now?
You're asking for too much.
Well, I can't do it. It's a conflict of interest. It's against the Wikipedia rules. I went and looked. It's like writing a Wikipedia page about yourself. They're like, stop.
So who wants to volunteer for that?
Hey, Greg's not associated with the show. He doesn't have enough to do. So, Greg, about the last airship. So, what am I going to do?
Well, I think what we boil down to now is I have no idea what's going on with the last. I've rewritten it 3 times since the beginning of the episode. I think what the last airship now is just a 6-part explanation of the Wolverine as.
But both definitions or just one of them?
It's going to be 6 different definitions, each one delivered as a sort of public service announcement by Kevin as Adolf Hitler.
Okay.
It always confused me why they called that one kind of milk, which was like the Adolf Hitler milk, Adonis milk. I feel bad for Kevin. It's Aphtopoulos. And never mind, the joke didn't go through. Move on. Quick, somebody say something.
Something. What the hell is that?
Have you seen the Brothers Grimsby?
No.
Yes. Oh, Kato's gonna go do stuff with elephants in Thailand. You want to tell him?
Are there a lot of elephants in Thailand?
There used to be quite a bit of elephants in Thailand. I joined a group that goes and volunteers with the mahouts to keep the elephants basically taken care of. There used to be a
taken care of?
Yeah, that too probably.
That'd make a hell of a Wolverine.
There are like 30
Spider-Man!
elephants in Thailand that a long time ago when logging was a big thing, they would employ the elephants for that, but it was made illegal. And
Slave labor.
It was made illegal
to employ
logging.
an elephant. Because they weren't paying their taxes.
They started outlawing logging, and so then the elephants were unemployed and didn't have a means to support.
Did they pay them in peanuts?
No, I don't know what they eat.
Once they were fired, did they pack their trunks and leave?
So, anyway, they're taking care of the elephants and stuff, and there's also a place that they go in Cambodia to take care of underdeveloped children or whatever. I don't know.
Underdeveloped?
I don't care
Like
about that part.
assassinate them? The elephants are assassinating underdeveloped children?
Yeah, it's in Cambodia, duh.
Makes sense. Keep going. Can you put
Well,
this
she's
in
going
Urban
to Thailand
Dictionary?
to help the elephants. They're the elephants of her people. Because she's Thai.
And you're going to Red Rocket them?
I'll do whatever I have to do to make their quality of life that much better.
Andrea has a training video for you.
We're not allowed to ride them, though.
It helps if you have two, one to cradle the balls, one to work the shaft.
See, I'm like,
I saw the Brother Grimsby.
I know. This is
that's
all from Brothers Grimsby. Now you see why you gotta go see it or rent
if you have not seen this movie,
it's scarring.
just watch it, and then watch the extra features where they make an elephant vagina. Yeah, just watch it.
Hold on. Jamin just added a photo to the event page with this topic. Oh, okay. It had nothing to do with masturbating elephants.
Oh.
It's Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I know. I have higher expectations of Jamin. Does anybody else want to like use their reggae voice when what?
Somebody post something.
What are
They
we
need to.
They need to post something? Maybe they all went to sleep.
Yeah. What the hell?
Maybe they
No.
fell out of their chair laughing and now their
get
anus
up.
is stuck open. The fan
And
is
post
hitting,
a
making
picture,
little
entertain me.
noises.
What?
What?
Carry on.
It's like a brown wishing well.
Oh, now I got hiccups.
Hey, you're welcome. Kevin, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, because he didn't hear
sorry,
his conversation, so he's okay.
It wasn't the fire in the hole reference that made it happen, was it?
No, I was talking a bit too loud there and I woke my wife up.
So you went up and had sex with her to put her back to sleep?
Yes.
Yeah, it took that long. Exactly. Twice. No, for those of you who are in the US, it is now 25 to 4 in the morning. So,
and she has to work tomorrow.
Which is a really bad time of day to need to do that sort of thing, because how long are you going to have to wait for a Jehovah's Witness when you want to finish your Wolverine?
Exactly.
See, and this is why we have the Brits on at 4 in the morning in their country. That's right. If you make them stay up really late, then Americans will get the jokes too.
Oh, yeah.
There should have been more of a lead up to that. Okay, so hold on. Jamin posted again. Let's see what he's got. Okay. No. Oh,
No.
Almost owned an elephant, but I let a zoo have them.
Where were you going to keep it? You have dinosaurs.
So,
I feel like there's an ex-wife joke in there somewhere.
And the elephant?
Oh, does waking your wife count as a dangerous hobby? Yes, it does, but topics open back to
yes,
PG
yes,
joke.
it fucking does. Yes.
Only in the third hour.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to have... No, Greg, are you and Flick living together now?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Like in Sin, right?
In Sin, yeah.
Good for
Cool.
you. Good for you.
Yeah. And that's why I'm being slightly cleverer than Kevin. I'm talking slightly quieter.
Kevin ran away.
Kevin's gone.
I'm trying to bring him back. Kevin, no. Okay, let's go into a song and maybe we'll get Kevin back. Of course, people watching on Twitch will just, keep it. Here's Victor and the Bully, Into the Fire. We're looking for Kevin in the fire. Okay. So, maybe he's done. Hold on, let me make sure there's not a message up here. Okay, there's not. Let's try to bring it back. I'm like doing Skype CPR here. Click, click. I don't even know if he's... Kevin! Nah.
Maybe M came downstairs and unplugged it.
Unplugged the cord.
That's a no.
It could be. Check and make sure there's not a message from him. Let's see, we'll just send big long no with many O's. There he is. He's on Facebook. I don't know if we have, let's see, we got 6 people watching on Twitch. See, now I've got to readjust the whole Twitch thing now that we have one less person, because you're not in a square, you're in a straight line now. Which means we only have half of Andrea and half of Greg.
You have half of me?
Only half. But I'll readjust the view screen monitor thing.
Connection problem.
Oh.
Well, at least we know he's still alive.
He's rebooting. That's okay, we're in a song. Where are we at? Oh, fudge monkey.
I don't know. Right there.
There we go. Okay. Now, over here to OBS. Because I got to make this bigger now.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah, I do.
Use both hands.
Yeah, I will. Whee. There we go. Okie dokie. Then Kevin will come back. It'll be a square again. So confusing. So confusing. Good enough. We got everybody on the screen now. So when we come back, I guess we got our 15-minute wrap-up, 10-minute wrap-up, whatever we did. Can any of you rap?
No, but you can as an old lady.
Yes, but only if I have key lime pie. You see, there's a certain group of guys that went, Travis, we want you to make stupid videos. And I went, sure. And one of them is, are you familiar with, what's the name of the song, Andrea? Rapper's Delight.
Rapper's Delight.
No.
Ed, are you familiar with this song?
I said a hip hop, a hippity to the hippity hip hip hoppy. You don't stop to rock to the bang bang boogie. See up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogity bee. That one?
Yeah.
That would be it.
Yeah, apparently I am familiar with it.
Everybody is, even if they don't realize it. So they said, we want everybody to film themselves lip syncing to this song while eating a pie. And whoever we think is most entertaining and or eats the most pie will win this cool thing. Well, I didn't have the regular version. The only version I had is the one from the Adam Sandler movie, The Wedding Singer, with the little old lady singing it. And later, Kumo D coming in talking about his 3-foot dick, or whatever the later line is in the song. She didn't have the 3-foot dick line. You know, I think it's just fun to talk about a dick line. Is that like a line to get a dick? Because we should tell Kato about it.
Oh.
Well, she's out seeking him out, buying him, bringing him home, strapping him on.
Dildos or men?
Dicks, just dicks. In any form. Attached, unattached, emotionally, physically.
Hold
on,
They're always available. They understand.
Dicks understand?
Yes.
What do they understand?
Yes, that's exactly what they understand. They make me happy. She uses it, tosses it, you know. It's like Kleenex.
She just sings into it like a mic. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
It's disturbing at night. I wake up to that. I'm like,
you make me happy when skies are gray. Is this on?
It is now. Hit it a couple times.
That's right. Only if you hit it right. It's much more entertaining if you're on Twitch. Everybody, over to Twitch. That's why the Titanic song. Everybody look over there. Yeah, I know. See, this is why I should drink during the show. Haven't had anything to drink tonight. Nothing alcoholic. We're coming back. Okay, so that was Victor and the Bully with Into the Fire. We're trying to get a Kevin back here. Hip hop. That was pretty good, Ed.
Yeah, it was. We're only hearing it once.
Ed only heard it once. Can you do Boots and Cats now?
No.
That's the greatest song ever.
Oh,
Sing it.
you know what we should do before Greg leaves? We should get him to,
Record some stuff.
yeah, like, this is Greg Chapman of The Last Airship, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern. Yeah. Because we didn't do it ahead of time, because we didn't think about it.
Yeah, why not? We can go for that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, why not do that at nearly 4 in the morning when I'm completely gone? That's always a good time to get the best
Well, you have
best
some
voice work out of it.
I guess you could just record it some other time, right? But we want it to sound natural, like you're actually at the tavern, so,
Now's the
Hey
time.
there, ladies.
A couple
This is
beers
Greg
in.
Chapman of The Last Airship.
Don't try to be
You're listening to Talk of the Tavern. Huh?
He went all Kevin on us.
Oh, Kevin's not here. Someone's got to keep the British end up. It's
Oh, wow, I've never quite heard it phrased that way. Is that what you like?
I believe it's a James Bond reference, actually.
I can imagine him keeping a British end up. Pussy Galore. Best name ever.
That's my drag name.
It just Aiden. Oh, yeah, hold on. I guess I should do that. Okay. Sorry, it just got cold in here, and I'm like, oh, I want the AC off. Let me go send somebody to do that.
Okay.
Jen has a magnet that says, I support wounded warriors. Which, by the way, great. Yes, support. She's Canadian. I support Wounded Warriors, which is a great program, but I'm just imagining her like being the one they get to lean on when they want to walk places.
Yeah.
Or every time they play baseball, she's like, come here.
No. What was that?
This? Just to offer support. Well, there's only one. I know what happened to him.
And this is why you have to watch the show on Twitch, because really, if not, you've got no idea what
the hell I was just doing. But
I mean, to be honest, we were watching it and we still weren't quite entirely sure what that was.
It's better that way.
Right now, if they were watching or listening, somebody's going to be offended because how dare he say something about that, about a wounded veteran, a wounded soldier.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Indians or something, because aren't they warriors?
They are too. But my thing is, I could probably say that in front of a whole platoon, and not a single one would get offended.
They really support me a little bit.
Except for maybe the guy missing a testicle because he lost it in the war. He might be like, lefty.
What if? Never mind.
We're just gonna let Ed talk the rest of the show. He hasn't talked enough tonight.
Yeah, let's just hand over to Ed now.
And back to you, Ed.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Why do you talk so much, Ed?
It's in his nature. So, Ed, when did you last go camping?
It's June.
Wow.
I think, yeah, June. It's been a while.
When do you go camping again? Next August?
Yeah, end of August. Yep. We started that house project, so that's...
Makes sense.
Weekends are gone. So.
Yeah, I vaguely remember something in August. Some campity camp thing.
Yeah.
Let's see if I have it on my to-do list. Oh. So, are you going to the place with the river? The place you usually go near your house?
Shenandoah River State Park. It's 2 miles this side of that campground.
I don't know if I've been there. I like the Highland Meadows one. The
Sky
Skyline
Meadows?
Sky Meadows.
Big Meadows. Big Meadows.
Big Meadows. Big Sky Meadow Highlands. I like that one
What?
best. What?
You like big meadows in the sky?
I like Big Meadow muffins.
You like big meadows and you cannot lie.
True that.
You're welcome. So, we want to say a little bit about what's coming up next week?
We could. I was going to wait till, 5 minutes till, because the last song is actually, okay, let me do the math here. So when do we have to end? Oh, we'll just call it 5 minutes till.
We have 10 minutes.
So, yeah, that's the 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. So we don't actually have to stop for another 5.5 minutes. That's enough time to talk about next week's show.
Talking?
See if Kevin shows up. I think he just got
Look at her
tired.
right at the very end.
Probably. I'm just going to add him now. See if he's... Nope, he's not there. So, next week, we're going to do... What did we call it? Talk of the Tavern... Planning session.
Planning session.
So we're going to plan the show topics for August and September, and the first show in October is going to be our 5-year anniversary show. So I think we're going to do something special for that.
Adam Sandler should be on that show.
I don't know if we want to do Adam Sandler for
No,
the
him
5th
just on the show.
Okay. Yeah, that might be okay. But what I was thinking is if we can't get Adam Sandler, we should all just get a drink and get on air and hang out for 3 hours.
That'll happen too.
We might be able to expand on that a little, though. So, yeah, we're gonna redo somewhere in there. We're gonna have Booty Call Protocol put back in because that was cut off because that was the week after government surveillance. So, yeah, they shut.
So everybody, think of what you'd like to hear us talk about or try to talk about, whatever, and then go into talking about dildos. You can give us your ideas next week. We'll consider it. Maybe.
Dildos. It's a strapping idea.
Hair. They're there. Everywhere.
Hair. Spider-Man.
No, that's Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Hair, duh.
That's right.
Different.
Spider-Man got no hair. He even shaves his little nubbies. It's in the movie.
I think you're watching a different movie.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of nervous. I'm leaning back in this chair and it doesn't feel quite like the right idea.
Stop it.
I probably should, but I put my feet up on the desk. See, look, feet.
Ah!
See, if I had Google eyes on them, they'd be adorable.
No. Keep talking.
Stretch it.
I stretched it out for you last night. I got to do it again here when we're not even together.
No girth, though. No girth.
No, you could die from that.
Pump it up. Pump it up.
Boop the J.
Yeah.
Wow, this doesn't make good for wood.
Good for wood.
Right now.
What was that?
It's not, what? I don't know. I'm tired. I worked all day.
Oh.
But it's not 4 o'clock here, so.
Let's see. And, Andrea, what are you doing next Saturday night?
You? Is that the right answer?
Do you work Saturday?
No.
Awesome.
This coming Saturday?
We got to go to Dairy Barn for an antique car show, and then Westmoreland Players, we're invited to the gala.
Oh, for the camera thing?
Yeah. They have a gala.
Who's that?
It's like a gala, but different.
I have an outfit for that.
Nice. Well, as long as the outfit works, whatever we wear, it's going from the dairy barn to the gala.
Ball gown it is.
Okay, which one are you going to wear, the gown or the other thing?
You're going to wear the gown.
Oh, okay. So let's wrap this up. Let's do a closing toast here. Greg, you're the guest.
You're here
Let's
to
put you on
like
the
their
spot.
show.
Say something clever, Witter, or yeah, we could do that one.
Here's to friends you meet online that keep you up till 4 a.m. talking about nonsense.
Just like Viagra.
You're here.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it. We can wrap this up, call it a night. I can post it. Greg, thanks for
Until
joining
next
us, man.
week, everybody.
Thank you,
Good night,
guys.
everybody.
Now, when are you going into production, or when do you expect the show to come out?
Okay, we're going into production now, week beginning the 11th of September.
Okay.
We're hoping first episode comes out end of October.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. When we go to make up October's show list, we'll check with you first and see if we can bring you back on to talk about it. And next time, we need Flick too.
Yes, indeed. I'll try and get her awake.
Make her take a nap. At least be for the first hour, or the third, either one. Okay, you guys have a
Be
great
hard
night.
for puns.
We're going to wrap this up with the YA Street Hooligans with Health to the Company, and then close it out. Have a good week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Craig just waves. Okay, and let's say goodnight to Twitch. Good night, Twitch.
Bye, Twitch. Bye,
So
Twitch.
you get your own special good night.
Bye, Twitchers.
And don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, thumbs up for a 3-hour show every week. We're on iHeartRadio. Below in the comments, you can get a free book. I cover
Below
everything.
in the comments.
Did I say subscribe? Oh, in that. Oh, Jesus. Good night.